There's something wrong with my computer. Hey guys, we're about to go live. We're going to play the intro and get started, and here we go. Okay, that worked.
Welcome to the Typical Skeptic Podcast, where we dive deep. You decide. Questioning the matrix from UFOs, where the shadows alone reside. Robert Kalil busting myths like ghosts in the night. Paranormal pros, secret space ops. Yo, we keep it real, no fright. Typical skeptical.
This is so funny.
We dismantle the fable, my life targeted souls breaking out of the stable. Garment howling, big for prowling, cryptids in the mist. Mandela, the fix was in reality, can't resist the twist. Soul trap snapping, reincarnation mapping, holographic dreams, near death visions, out of body missions, waking up the teams. No censorship here, we fear no elite scheme. Conspiracy kings ringing bells, hear the freedom ring.
Oh shit!
Wow. Oh, wait, let me get it off my phone now. That worked, I guess.
I'm just over here totally, normally vibing, not dancing at all.
Dude, that was awesome. So, guys, I'm excited about our guest tonight. Everybody knows who he is, but I'm going to give him a proper introduction anyway. My really good friend Matthew Mournian. And let me see here. Yeah. Oh, wait, I didn't copy the bio over. What the hell is going on? Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it's.
Oh no, where does audio go? Oh no. While we're waiting for Rob to get his audio started, once again, welcome back to the Typical Skeptic podcast. I'm your night's guest, Matthew Mournian of Remember Your Mission. Hopefully Rob will get his audio started here shortly. There we go. I hear it. Okay. Maybe.
I didn't mean to play it again. I didn't want to play it again. I don't know what's going on here.
It's okay.
Wait a second. What's going on here?
It's only the last everybody.
Welcome to the Typical Skeptic Podcast, where we dive deep. You decide. Questioning the matrix from UFOs, where the shadows alone reside. Rob Kalil busting myths like ghosts in the night.
He's a man. It's always like a rough start, right? Well, anyway, guys, I'm really excited about. What is going on here? Jesus Christ, man, this is insane. Is someone messing?
All those of you out there that can hear the sound of my voice, this is your time to light one up as we stabilize our technological time stream here. Rob, how you doing? You got audio? Maybe not. Anyway, we're gonna wing it for a while, and so I want to say thanks to everybody for showing up. As you can see, we have entered a little bit of difficult airspace for the moment. It does appear as though Rob has had his technological breakdown situation kind of hijacked by the AI digital archons. So anyway, let's take some questions from the chat. I want to say thank you to everyone that's here. Hopefully my audio is working. Hey, there we go. He's on his phone. There we go. So if you're here in the chat, stabilize the stream with us. I need you to, everybody right now, stabilize.
I'm going to get back on my computer in a second, but I had to click off. The computer was going crazy. It was going absolutely nuts. What the hell happened there? That was crazy. That was so wild. It was insane. Sorry about that, guys. It's cool to play the intro once, but when it plays over and over and over again relentlessly, it's so annoying. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'm really excited about my guest tonight. You guys all know who he is, but I'm going to give him a proper introduction anyway. One of my best friends, Matthew Mournian. I wrote in 2236. Host Rob welcomes back fan favorite Matthew Mournian, a multidimensional energy healer, psychic, and the creator of Remember Your Mission. In this episode, Matthew takes us beyond the veil of the traditional tarot, reveal its interdimensional architecture, a system that mirrors the ascension path of a soul. Tonight we'll talk about tarot archetypes, psychic development. We'll do live readings and conspiracies and anything else we want to get into. And we're gonna. Oh, this is the most important part. We're gonna do live call-ins too, guys. We're gonna, we'll do live call-in readings where you guys can talk to Matthew live. I'm gonna log back on the computer now, and then we can start. Yeah, but Matt, what's going on, man? How are you?
We are doing really, really good. It has been a chill day. I have been very, very grateful to remain grounded over the past 24 to 48 hours for once in my life. I don't know how that works, as grounded as I can get. But it's just been interesting. We're sort of watching the world kind of, go by, people in disclosure scenes sort of eating themselves as time goes on. Rob's technology, going through its own growing pains. And so for those of you guys out there, please help donate to Rob so we can get him some better technology. Or maybe we can get you I don't know, we'll get him like a business manager or like an agent or something, and maybe they'll make that happen. But anyway, I don't know, man. Life is actually good. Hopefully your stream is stabilized. How you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah. Do you like Texas so far? Are you liking it down there?
Yeah, I'm gonna be totally real with you. For those of you guys that are watching, we moved to Texas about 3-4 months ago. Is that how long it's been? I don't know. My concept of time is horrible. So we are in Austin, Texas now. And let me just tell you, I know Florida is like such a super cool place to be. But one thing I noticed about Florida, and I don't know, maybe this was just for us, is I believe I got exposed to so much mold there that it was a thing that I had not really experienced in this life up until now. And I noticed that right before we moved out of the place we were living in Florida, for some reason, I started looking at mold exposure symptoms. And I was like, oh, really?
Holy
It was like
shit.
I had like the majority of them. And what's crazy is I noticed when we moved to Texas, which is also humid in its own way, but it's a lot more dry and it's a different elevation in some ways. And I noticed so much of that ended. Like it was like this inflammation sort of was building during the time I was in Florida. And right as soon as we left, it was like something drained out of my body. So honestly, in many ways, I think I'm doing better than I've been all year long so far. And so anyway, which I think is important for us right now, because we're coming to some very very, very rocky seas in the months to come. But I'm also really glad the technology got stabilized there. That was a fun one. Thank you to everybody that was hanging out with us in those strange, wild moments. Thank you to everyone in the chat who stabilized the time stream. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So what's been going on? I know you wanted to talk a little bit about, before we get into the readings, you wanted to talk a little bit about psychic development. Like, are you going to do another class soon about that? Or like,
yeah. Well, we do have plans. Right now, I'm putting together what I believe to be the updated version of what we're going to be working with in 2025 when it comes to the meridian body. Over the past, I would say, I don't know, I guess since 2019 was when I started officially doing these courses. Excuse me. For those of you guys that are really observant, you'll notice I'm already drooling on myself. That could be a good sign or a sign for major concern. Some readings, but like you'll feel it. You're like, anyway. We've been doing classes since 2019, pretty much every year, and it's been one of the cornerstones of what I do. It's been a deep honor. I noticed in 2024 we kind of like leaned off that a little bit, and this year we did, I think, 3 so far. Well, one of the ones that people keep asking for right now is the meridians. And what are the meridians? For those of you guys that have no idea what I'm talking about, we're jumping into a very weird deep end of the pool instantly already. The meridian system, most commonly referenced in traditional Chinese medicine, consists of essentially 20 different channels of energy that sort of work their way throughout the non-physical body, through your organs, through the fascia, through all sorts of different bylines and energy pathways. And I call them the true circuitry of the human energy system. And I think learning to work with the meridians is honestly a defining moment for a lot of people that work with energetic clearing, I guess we'll call it. But so we're going to do another one. I'm thinking it's coming at the beginning of 2026. That is if we make it that far. You know what I mean? If we don't break out into, is it World War IV? Because I guess we're already in World War III, right, you guys? So does that mean like when it goes hot, are we
Yeah,
in?
it's like we're in some kind of like what do they call that? A proxy war, right?
Oh, it
That's
is.
what it
Yeah,
seems like. We're in like
yeah,
some
yeah.
or in multiple proxy wars. I guess our country is.
Yeah, no, I mean
Yeah.
it is very real. And here's the thing. I'm the least political person, but I want to mention this because I think it is one of the most perfect scenarios. This has been a thing we've been talking about on my channel the last few lives that we do, which are very intermittent and sometimes here, sometimes not here. But one of the things that I've been doing over there on our channel is we'll show videos and look at stuff, and I always say this is for your discernment. The world is giving us so much ammunition and so much information and data with which to hone our abilities to read truth. What is true, what is real, what is not real, what is literal bullshit that is being spread before our eyes. And what I've noticed in 2025 is that we have had an incredible crash course in just what I would call a target rich environment, just full of all kinds of intuitive data for those of you guys out there who are ready to, make use of it and notice it. And one of the things that I've just been having a lot of, maybe I shouldn't say it like this. I'll say the word I was intending to say, enjoyment. Not that it's an enjoyable thing, but I do gain enjoyment out of watching the patterns of human development. And I think one of the most perfect scenarios for developing your intuitive abilities right now is the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, I'm not here to weigh in on his politics. I'm going to be real. Don't take this in the wrong way. I really don't give a shit. I don't care about him. I don't care about any side of that drama. It means nothing to me. But what I will say is that there is such an incredible veil of secrecy and deception that has been cast upon the events and the energy surrounding that I believe, if you guys were looking for a moment with which to begin to exercise your ability to tell when people are lying or telling you the truth, which a lot of people out there will say, well, that's not possible. That's not possible. The human body's fallible. Yes, it is. It's very fallible. But there's no way you can just know what is true and what is not true. You absolutely can. You definitely can. And there's certain pathways you can open up within the body. But anyway, before I go on too long, I think it's just been fascinating to watch it. I've been looking at all sides of it. You know what I mean? And anyway. It's a brilliant example of a coordinated, multi-agency, multinational operation with all of the most beautiful trappings. It's like they went back and created like a repeating time loop and gathered data and info from MLK Jr. and Kennedy and all these other assassinations that had taken place throughout history, and they reformulated them like together into this whole new thing. And anyway, I will stop there. But every day I've been like,
Yeah, and created a whole thing, because if you think about it, like, what are the two biggest topics been in our community? It's been Charlie Kirk and Three Eye Atlas. You know what I mean? Like, everybody got a theory about Three Eye Atlas, and everybody got a theory about Charlie Kirk. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally.
It's kind of funny.
I absolutely love Three Eye Atlas. Three Eye Atlas is my spirit animal. You know what I mean? I'm in the astral with Three Eye Atlas every night. We're chilling on the space bus with David Bowie. Steve Jobs is up there. You know what I mean? It's amazing, bro. You know what I mean? Elon has got like 3 or 4 clones. One of them is, working as navigator. Highly inefficient mode of travel, though, because that thing's going way too slow to make it across the galaxy in any measurable period of time. So, you know what I mean? But honestly, I absolutely love it. That has been, really, I've really got a kick out of it. And I think a lot of people have some really good data to offer. They got some really good points. I think everyone's theory about that thing right now really indicates where that person is within their own journey of understanding not only the self, but the layers of kind of energy that we cast upon inanimate objects or events in this world. And just like we did with what was another one, let's take it way back, because I know we got a lot of Gen X people here. Just like we did with Y2K. You guys remember, dude? Was
Y2K? My God, that was hilarious. Yeah,
right, dude, that was the time of my life, man. Y2K, that was a really good one. What was another one? Well, we have a new Rapture every single month, right? So I'm like, Rapture again, really? So that one means nothing now. But you know what I mean? There's always a new thing, you know what I mean? And I think right now, Three Eye Atlas is also the perfect, I would say, the perfect environment. It's an amazing target-rich environment for those who enjoy the process of what I believe to be a little bit different form of remote viewing, I think, because everyone already knows what the target is. We're really interfacing with our own understanding and ability to feel and read non-physical energy. And I'm not saying there's nothing to it. There's a lot of energy. There's a tremendous amount of energy. A lot of things I think many of us do not understand. Most importantly, those that talk about it. You know what I mean, myself included. I think at this point, I just like to observe it, and I treat it all like entertainment. So, anyway, I will make I will make a one prediction. Though. Is that okay if I make a prediction?
Yeah. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
I'm gonna call and fire up the call-in line. But
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're switching into coast to coast mode, but you know how they'll do like a New Year's predictions. What do you think is going to happen? I'm going to tell you, this is my prediction for Three Eye Atlas. If everyone's here, there's probably like 5 people in the chat. For all 5 of you, this is my prediction for Three Eye Atlas. Okay, are you ready? It's going to come and go. It's literally just going to come and it's going to go. It's going to pass by our planet, and everyone with an opinion, everyone with a contact story, everyone with an even most surface level understanding of non-physical energy, or those that just love space conspiracy and just wondering and theorizing about things. We're just going to have fun with it. We're going to experience it, and everyone's going to have this idea, and come December, this thing's going to roll by, you know, our vicinity. I do think it'll make a slight shift in the process of doing so. It'll roll by our planet. It will be gone. And, you know, in a few months, weeks, however long, a new one will show up. And we'll go through the same process all over again. And some people will hear me say that, and they'll be like, well, Matthew, that sounds very cynical. You know, are you saying it's not a space whale? Are you saying it's not a ship? Are you saying it's not bringing, you know, war on the planet? I honestly don't know. I pray to God as I understand. Seriously, this for real. I pray to God as I understand it. Please let this be an amazing event in which some incredible, you know, thing occurs, and you know they all roll down into the public square, and we get to walk out and meet our ET soul family, and you know maybe we get to take rides on, you know, Three Eye Atlas. I pray to God that that would happen. I would absolutely love it. I would even love it if Three Eye Atlas brought a wave of cataclysm to our world. And some people will hate me for saying that. They'll be like, oh my God, are you serious? You're saying you wish that there would be cataclysm from a comet? Well, first of all, there won't be. But second of all, at least we would finally have some sort of an heavenly object that actually created a measurable reaction. At least we'd finally have one thing that we could go, yes, it came and everything changed. You know what I mean? Because we don't get too many examples of that. You know, I pray that we get one though. Anyway, what do you think about that? Is that a crazy thing to say? Be real.
It would be cool, you know what I mean? Because it would be finally something we could prove, you know. Like it would be, I think you know, it'd be something we could like. It'd be like, yeah, it'd be interesting, you know. But who knows what's going on, you know, up there already, you know, with the supposed secret space program and shit like that, you know. Like, I wonder if there's really a solar warden up there. I guess there is, you know, like, and everything else, like TR3Bs and everything else they say, like, you know, it's like reptilians and Pleiades. I don't know, you know. I mean, like, I want to believe it's all there, you know, but like, and NASA does lie about everything, right? So it's like, who knows, right? You know?
Yeah, wasn't NASA recently requalified as a defense agency or something like that? Now I saw that floating by on X, or you know, Twitter if you're old. They recently got reclassified in some way. You know, I think when it comes to all that stuff, and you know, maybe this is me shooting myself in the foot, you know, given like what I do, but I'm an absolute believer in the most bizarre and like whimsical ideas that we can come up with. That includes all of the bizarre wonderfulness about everyone's secret space program stories. I think there's like a realm in which it is all real and true and relevant. I just think that like it's kind of outside of that now, and I think we will see a lot of change and developments that are slated to come with our understanding of hidden technology within the years to come. I mean, that's clear, it's going to happen. I just don't think it's tied to a comet that's like rolling by in any way. But I really wish it would be. I really, really do. So anyway, that's my prediction. It's gonna roll by, and we're gonna have fun watching it roll by. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's like, well, it's totally cool. I think that's just part of the process. You know what I mean? So anyway,
Do you think it could be sending energy? One thing I wanted to cover with you is like before we get into the calls and stuff, like, and yeah, we'll start into the calls soon, guys. And I see Selena donated like 4 times per reading, so like, thanks, Selena. We'll definitely have you call in first, or but like what I was saying was what I talked to you about personally was like this energy thing that's happening to me, where when I was with Coley, I was able to project my, like, she said I was projecting my prefrontal cortex, like where I'm sending energy through that, and like I learned how to do that. And then I'm also starting to feel energy in my palms, and like like being able to like and she was showing me like she knows how to manipulate clouds, like she can like like actually like move the clouds with like her mind and stuff like that. So it's like, it's amazing the stuff people can do, and what we can do, like, and like now that I'm like learning about this, it's like it's fascinating to me,
Oh yeah, it's literally absolutely real. Like, I mean, it's really good sign that you've been able to experience that. The energy does rub off on each other when you spend time with people that have activated those pieces of themselves. It also helps activate that piece of yourself. I've experienced that firsthand, and I've watched it happen for other people. So the fact that, she's able to open up her auric field and allow energy to, project and move, and you had it, and you spent time with her, and now you're coming to this stage where that'll open up. That's a very, very real thing. Not enough people talk about that. There's a vibrational shift that occurs with people that have an open or porous, or like maybe we'll just call it a more deliberate auric field, where you can sort of break down openings and allow energy to be sent or received. There's an effect that it has, and like your vibration will affect other people as well. And so to me, it's absolutely real. You absolutely can. And there is specifically a pathway in the body. I think you and I mentioned this when we were talking about it a little while back. There is a pathway in the body that people can work with that can help them project energy from the body with greater, we could say, force. I would just say with greater efficiency, to the level to which it can be not necessarily palpably felt through the physical body, but maybe more so in the non-physical body, because we can also send it physically as well. But the first version of it often comes like a faint whisper that affects the inner layers of the body before we feel it, as like a staticky or an electric force that kind of takes shape around us. But anyway, the channel that you guys can study and work with, and you guys can literally, write this down, or I don't know, open up a window on the side, but look up your pericardium channel, the pericardium meridian. Some of you guys will search for it, and you'll find one that I believe says it'll sometimes be called circulation/sex channel, which is also kind of sort of correct as far as I can tell. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be called that if it wasn't that, but there's a lot of different names I've noticed people will use for different channels in the body. And so pericardium is the one that I've just noticed has a direct pipeline to the palm of your hand. And there's this point. I've done this on our live stream, and for those of you guys that want to discover exactly the point from which energy emits from the palms of your hands, at least through the meridians, you can take your hand and go like this. You just close your hand and make a fist, not a tight one, just make a fist, and notice where your middle finger touches the palm of your hand. Notice where the middle finger touches the palm. That spot right there is pericardium, I think 8, 7, or 9. Anyway, don't quote me on the number. It's been a while since I, went into that. That is a thing called your Lao Gong point right there. And the Lao Gong point is like a portal that allows energy to emit from the palm of the hand. And it's literally 100% real. And that's the force, that's one of the places, because I think there's multiple of those. There's some behind the knees, I think, as well, as far as I can tell. I don't have enough, I would say, formal education in these pathways. For me, it's been primarily experiential and observational. So I think I'm missing a lot of data at the same time. But one thing I can absolutely do is observe that energy within the body and tell where it's blocked. And a lot of people have a very blocked pericardium. It's the guardian of the heart. It's the thing that guards us against emotional abuse, against damage in relationships. It's also the channel in your body that attracts people to you, like partners. And a lot of people get caught in, you know, like narcissistic reality or narcissistic relationship loops. Probably some of you guys in the chat will know what I'm talking about. You tend to attract the same type of person over and over and over again. They treat you the same type of way. You react the same type of way. The circle continues. The pericardium holds the data that has to do with how we love, who we love, the way we receive love, the way we initiate love, the way we experience intimacy of all kinds. It's a really fascinating place. I feel like it's kind of one of the most, not necessarily like forgotten, but it's like I have never once heard anybody within our community refer to healing or clearing the pericardium channel within their body other than one person. And I'll say who that is. It's Keith Coley, who you have had on your show. He has been the one and only person. No, actually, Eric Rains as well, although he doesn't do a lot of public stuff now, but no one ever talks about it, you know what I mean? And yet it is a pathway that can be drained, which is wild, because you'll be like, what? How do you drain it? It's drained of emotions and thought forms. And so anyway, I'm sorry that I took that into a really long rant, but the reason why I was saying that, Rob, is because that means in a way you have opened your pericardium channel. And some people will say when the pericardium opens, the heart opens. And so that will allow you to kind of move energy out of the body. It does interact with the prefrontal cortex as well, but also maybe even more importantly, I'll just say one more thing and then I'll shut up. Even more importantly, there's another energy center down kind of underneath your belly button, which is actually like a coagulation of all of your lower chakras. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. It's the lower dantian. And so the lower dantian, which is like this big bubble of energy that we kind of like create within the, you know, the pelvic region, that is what powers the energy that rolls through and mixes with the energy of your heart in the pericardium. And the force of the dantian mixed with the openness of the pericardium allows us to, you know, emit that energy out. And so anyway, that's my current understanding. I'm going to shut up there because I went on an anatomical rant. Somebody go ahead and put $1 in the jar.
I love it. You know what I learned how to do?
Put $1
I also learned how to move negative energy off me too. So like when negative energy comes on me, I can move it off me now, which is a huge thing for me. You know what I mean? Which I couldn't do before.
Good job, man.
You know, so that was
major
huge. You know, like yeah, I love it. But should we start taking calls? You think, like, or?
Yeah, man, if you can, and let us know in the chat if there's any questions. As you're getting your call ready, yeah. Selena says, is it related to the sacral chakra? It is containing the energies of the sacral chakra, your root chakra, your navel chakra. If you want to get technical, we could say the earth star chakra, which is down at the bottoms of your feet. But it's really the coagulated energy of your, like the lower chakras that will form into one big bubble of energy. And then you have one in the middle, which is solar plexus energy mixed with spleen and liver chakra and a bit of heart and diaphragm energy. That's the middle dantian. And then, and like heart and stuff. And then you have one up above, which is the mental body, the mind's eye, the crown, et cetera, et cetera. And so anyway, I'll shut up there. Somebody put another $1 in the jar for I did another anatomical rant. Anyway, go ahead.
I love it, man. No, this is awesome. I love learning this stuff. And if you guys want to call in, it's 573-877-7637. I kind of wanted Selena to call in first because she donated 4 times for readings, and so did Army of One. Army of One donated for a reading too. So I'd love to have Selena call in first, you know, and ask her questions. Like, Selena, if you want to call in first, that'd be great, and then we'll see if it works. Like, you know.
Call in. Come on.
Yeah.
You guys are helping me train for Coast to Coast. One of these days, the timeline will shift, and the producers of Coast to Coast AM will be like, you know, that guy seems kind of cool and a little bit funny and somewhat okay. Let's have him on the show. I cannot tell you how many times I've emailed them, but I realize I don't have like the coolness factor of a huge following, and I'm not friends with like Disclosure, Mover, and Shakers. So it's like I'm like instantly like too far like removed, but it's really just a childhood dream. So from this point forward, I'm going to be referring to Rob as either Art or George. Okay, guys, go.
That's hilarious.
I would never.
Coley, if you want to test out. That's hilarious, dude. Like, if someone can call in, we just want to test it out to see if it works. Like, you know, if Matthew's able to hear you guys, I'd love to see if it works.
We're also training Rob, because everyone that's out there watching the show, there is a very, very close timeline, a physical reality where Rob's show explodes. It literally explodes. It goes syndicated. All of a sudden, it's all over the world, or at least the nation. And it's like, we got to get you ready for that flow. We got to get you ready for like, oh my God, I've got an entire board of 25 calls. Next caller, you know what I mean? So we also got to get you ready for it.
Okay, here we got a call. Here we go. Hello, you're live on the air.
Hello, what it do? It's Selena.
Hey, Matthew, can you hear her?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. What's up, Selena? How's it going?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah. Thanks for.
I just put my kids to bed. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for donating. What did you have some questions for Matthew? Like,
no, I didn't have a question. I just was going to do a general reading for me. I donated for other people, so they'll have to tell you what they want. But for me, I just want a general reading.
We can definitely start with you. I will say, check your heels, check your feet, check your back. Check your lower back, check your shoulders. Just be mindful of not carrying anyone else's weight that you need to carry right now. Check those areas of your body. The only reason why I say that is this is why I love doing call-in shows, because you can hear people's voice. It's just, and it's not even like a toxicity thing. It's just like you got a lot of expectations and a lot of people's, you know, energy kind of just, you know, I wouldn't say it's, you know, hanging on you, but just be mindful of what you accept on behalf of others. I think part of your efficiency and part of your super high ability in being able to connect with people in a certain way comes from your ability to sort of take on or accurately assess certain layers of damage or difficulty that people are holding in their lives or in their bodies or in their spirit, which to me is a beautiful thing. It's just, it also necessitates awareness of like, am I taking on anything from anyone right now? Is that why I feel so much more tired in the morning? Is that why I go through this weird like up and down wave during certain times? Is that why like suddenly I'm like, you know, eating this or eating that and then feeling fucked up about it later? Could it be? Maybe I'm, you know, I mean, I'm not saying any of those things are you. I'm just saying it just be mindful that you don't hold their energy. And honestly, it feels like you're doing good otherwise. Let me pull a card for you.
Oh, you're totally.
Forward.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Were you going to say something?
I was going to say real quick that you're totally right, because like I have a problem with that, like to the point where like I'll be feeling other people's feelings like all the time out of nowhere, but I've gotten better at controlling it. But the last 3 to 5 days, I have not been able to control it. So. So today I feel better, but it's a lot of work for me to do.
Same here. Today I've been like, well, I feel actually pretty good. I'm pretty like literally though. I was even telling Rob this. I was like, I don't know. I feel like it. You know, not that I know.
Moments of joy.
Yeah.
So do you guys think something was with the energy off? Do you think it was like with everybody? Because it seemed like the last 3 days were tough for me too. Like the last 3 days, it seemed like I don't know. It seemed like maybe there was something in the air or something like that. You know, almost like a full moon energy, but it wasn't a full moon. I think it's actually a full moon now.
It was a full moon last night.
I was reading
Or is it tonight?
They, the people who do like dark magic or put out like, you know, castings on people, they do it 3 to 4 days before and after a new and full moon. And there was just a full moon. And so like they send out those things in waves with like intentions to do certain things, like as like a collective wave, like a collective shockwave they send out.
Wow.
That makes sense.
To affect the collective, Selena, you mean, like in a negative way?
Yes, kind of, yeah. I mean, you know, because, like, obviously they want to keep us, like, you know, stuck in our habits and patterns, you know, and not able to overcome, like, certain vices. And so they're, like, really testing everybody right now with, like, what is it that you personally struggle with? Like, what is your hubris, you know, so to speak? And what areas do you still feel like you're lacking in? Like, those are the themes that I have witnessed coming up.
That's
and everybody.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That is so real. That is so real. I'll say it publicly. I lack in consistency and willingness to physically engage in motivation. That's the thing that I have to overcome. I'm really consistent in certain areas of my life, but when I'm being pushed forward, I'll sit there and, like, you know how you'll just like circle around the parking lot, like, maybe I'll park there. No, a better one will show up, and you just keep going around. No, I feel you, and a lot more. That makes tremendous sense. That said, before I go on a rant here, we're gonna pull a card for you. Okay, here we go. For those of you guiding Selena out there in the world of 2025, for Selena, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Whoa. Damn, you got a good sign. To me, this is a happy moment. It's really hard to make this a bad time. You have received the 3 of Cups. And I know you've seen me do a lot of rants over the last couple of years, Selena, so you know that I'll say a certain thing every once in a while. And that is, I haven't seen this card for a bit, but this is one I really, really, really have not seen. So much so that I kind of forgot about it. Like, I almost, you know what I mean? How when you just don't pull something out for a while, you're like,
Wow.
oh, damn, what? Like, what are you doing here? So anyway, I know you have a relationship with this, but let me give you a little bit of it. You guys, and this is for whoever needs to hear this. Okay, we'll make it like that. The 3 of Cups is telling you one very simple thing. You need to enjoy your time with yourself and others. It asks you to hang out, to party, to make merry, to laugh, to play, to sing, to get a little bit hysterical. I don't know, maybe you'll have a few drinks and get a little bit wild. Maybe in the process of getting a bit wild, you'll get a little bit hysterical, and you might even end up crying at a certain stage. Sounds crazy, right? I don't know. It happens a lot. 3 of Cups will bring that energy into your life.
That's accurate.
It could be joyful. Anyway,
That's cool.
this is so as a let's say this, and then I'll end as a what we would call a prescriptive measure. Wow, where'd that word come from? A prescriptive measure. The 3 of Cups authorizes you to party, to hang out, to be crazy, to get a little bit wild. I mean it sincerely, so please allow it. Anyway,
That's amazing.
I'm planning on doing that this weekend. Me and Jason are possibly going to Michigan this weekend.
Nice. That'll be cool. Yeah, that'll be cool.
Okay. That sounds cool. That sounds fun. Okay. Nice.
What are you guys gonna do? Are you guys gonna get a hotel or something, or?
We're supposed to meet some other people down there, but yeah, I was thinking about renting a cabin, Airbnb cabin, and like doing bonfires and just like chilling out, you know.
Yeah, that's cool.
Maybe getting lost in the woods or something.
On shrooms?
I don't know if people like that.
Shrooms? Oh, okay.
No.
You deserve it. Go by and pick up Aurora, a Diamond Heart as well. She's also in Michigan. Take her with you.
That's
anyway,
cool.
I'm sorry. All right, bro, go ahead.
By the way, so guys, like this is, I guess, how we'll do this. So Selena donated. While you're on the phone, Selena, I'll just tell Selena donated for Joyful Jennifer, Aurora Diamond, and Jason to all get readings. So that's who I'd like to call in next. I'd like the people who donated first. So Aurora Diamond Heart, if you could call in, Joyful Jennifer, and then Jason, and then you can wait on hold to get your reading. I'll just answer, you know. And then also Army of One, if you're in the chat, you donated as well. So you can also call in to get your reading if you want to do that. And then anybody else who donates after that, you know, I guess could call in. And yeah, So yeah, that'll be cool. But how's everything else going, Selena?
It's going really good, you know? I mean, for the most part, other than the up and down madness of psychosis that hits me occasionally. But other than that, like, I'm pretty much doing really well.
We talked about that last night. Selena brought up something. She said, she was saying, like, during this like awakening journey, when you're coming into your abilities, a lot of people can get like psychosis at times. Would you agree with that, Matthew?
I think I had it for like 2 years straight, for real. That's really what my whole book was about. It was literally the fact that when this process for me began, I was absolutely, utterly, physically convinced, with God as my witness, that I was just losing my shit. And I was like, I am insane now. I am crazy. There's no way this is happening. And I think that was my greatest realization, was like, it was really happening. And there was a lot more that was going to happen as well. And anyway, I'll go on and on. But yeah, who else? What other readings do we have? We can move forward.
I can hang out so somebody else can call in.
Okay, I think Coley tried to call in. So Coley, yeah, you can call in too if you want, and yeah, you can call back, and yeah, all right. Well, thanks, Selena. It was good talking to you, and yeah, we'll be talking to you soon. Enjoy your weekend in Michigan.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Thank you. See you later.
That was cool. Okay, that was okay. So let me see here. Yeah, I think Coley tried to call. That's her number. I'm seeing on the call board. This is pretty cool the way this works. But there's also a way you can screen calls too. But I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So
we need to get a team of call screeners.
Yeah,
seriously.
Can you? I know I'm going to get pranked. I know it's going to happen. Like, I know it's going to happen.
I got to get you like a producer. I want to get you like a producer. Can I be one of the assistant executive producers of your show, just so I could sit at the table with everyone and be like, yeah, I'm a part of this. You know what I mean? You got to get a board of directors, just like Turning Point USA. I'm totally kidding. Anyway. No, but seriously though, we gotta get you a production team.
So I was gonna say, so Aurora Diamond Heart and Joyful Jennifer and Jason, Selena donated for you guys all to get a reading. So if one of you wants to call in, the number is 573-877-7637. Call in and you can talk to Matthew. And then also Army of One, or yeah, also, I don't know if they got my message, but they got a message too. Or should we just start do regular readings, I guess, until someone calls in? I don't know.
I feel like we could just move forward. Sure. I feel like we can move forward. I think most people are sort of like me, where they're like, I don't know, should I you know what I mean? It's so don't worry about it. But I have it on good authority that someone's going to call in pretty soon. And so, anyway, who shall we go with next? You want to do Joyful Jennifer?
Aurora Diamond Heart says she'll take the reading, but she said she just wants to stay in chat. So I guess I'll put her up. Maybe we can do her next. And then, yeah, if you don't want to call in, if you just want to get your reading regular, guys, we can do it that way. However you guys want to do it. And but it would have been cool. Yeah. We have a call. We do have someone calling. We'll come back to that in a second. Let's see who this is. Let's see. Hello, you're live on the air.
Rob, how you doing?
Yeah, hi. Who is this?
Oh, Rob, hi. This is Nat. Nat Janoff. I was just curious if I could just take 5 minutes of your time. I know you have a bunch of other people.
Yeah.
Just 5 minutes.
Can you hear him, Matthew?
I'm driving home, and if I could say it again, can you hear me? I'm sorry.
I was seeing if Matthew could hear you. Can you hear him, Matthew?
Yeah, I can hear him.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I appreciate you guys. I'm sorry. I know you have a bunch of other people. I just have one question, and that is, I think I can sum up my whole situation in that I just really feel stuck. And I think a lot of career things and money, things involving money, and I'm just curious what Matthew might have to say. That's all.
Okay, about finance and money. What was his first name?
Nat, this is Nat Janoff. You read for him before. He's a musician.
Oh, he did.
He's like,
okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Let's look at Path of Finance.
I just want to apologize to Aurora. We'll come back to your reading in a second. I just wanted to take the calls first because they'll drop. Like
Yeah.
so, Aurora.
And she's probably like, "What the?"
We'll come back.
Take it out on the next.
I hope she's not mad.
Take it out on the next DoorDash customer. You don't need a couple of that fries for me. What? What are you saying? Go ahead.
I can't really hear, but that's okay. I can listen back.
Okay, he said he can't hear you, but he said I'll listen back. I'll put you closer to the speaker now.
Caller, turn
Okay,
down your radio. Caller, turn down your radio. I love it.
That would be something Art Bell said.
I always wanted to say that. Caller, turn down your radio. Anyway, okay, sorry. I'm getting really weird. I'm sorry. This is for Nat. Here we go. Let's look at the Path of Finance. Actually, I can already say it just based upon like the sound of your voice. There's a lot of expectation kind of energy and what I would call some very maladaptive social patterns around programming in terms of finance or money. It's like you have a very closed fist with it, and the fist is so closed that you're squeezing out all the coins and all the dollar bills between the cracks and between your fingers, which feels like a learned behavior. It's nothing that deserves any sort of like shame or sadness or anything to like you were just given the wrong information, you were given the wrong programming, and it feels as though you're in a state of at least mild urgency in terms of understanding how come I cannot keep this resource within my life. There's one thing I can tell you is that it seems as though you were granted, whether it was a soul contract or just the luck of the draw, a very unique set of skills through which you have absolutely the ability to meet your financial needs. And it sounds silly to some, but I say this with love and respect. So I'm saying this very sincerely because what I'm about to say might be kind of like, what? But I mean this for real. It's time to take a very, very deep and long look at what you were shown as a child, as a person growing up, your family of origin. What did they teach you about how money works? What were you not taught? What were you not given? What sort of resources did you see everyone else have that you never got? When did you notice those deficits appearing in your life, and how did you begin to sort of rationalize or allow yourself to exist within them? That and alone of what I just said is a pretty tall order, but it's something that you're capable of doing. And so I guess to put it very, very simply, you're at the stage right now where you're being asked to unlearn what it is you have learned about that frequency of money in your life. You also, and this is a little bit of a cheesy saying, but it's very real, you also need to raise what we call your financial thermostat, meaning the native normal settings at which you're comfortable with the amount of money that you've created in your life. Meaning you also need to allow yourself to be deserving and expectant of much more. Deserving and expectant of much more. If you wanted to begin doing energy work or sort of working with the body on how to open up channels or pathways that would allow you to receive more, because once again it feels like you have the resources, the mental capability to completely deprogram and to honestly build something for yourself that you saw a lot of people get, but you maybe didn't get it. It's going to come from deprogramming, but within the energy body, it's a lot. It's like I would almost say like a, not pure, but a heavy root chakra energy, heavy root chakra energy mixed with another channel that hardly anybody talks about, the navel chakra, which governs how we react and respond to the energy that approaches us in this world, to the way that we, when we find ourselves in a pattern or a loop of behavior. The navel chakra is one of those places that just initiates your forward movement. And the problem with that is that there's a lot of people walking around with a closed navel chakra, and they're getting pulled in very kind of dead-end directions over and over and over again. And it's really no fault of their own. I mean, these are places that close and atrophy on the body during periods in which, we're being programmed, in which we're not using these areas. And so it's also like you have to train yourself to be entirely different with money as well. And so anyway, I'm going on too long of a rant with it, but here we go. 3, 2, 1. Final words. Nat Janoff. Boom.
Okay.
Oh, you got an Ace of Wands. Okay, here we go. Let me just say this last thing. You got an Ace of Wands. You have a timeline shift opportunity that is capable of completely revolutionizing everything that you do to make money, to gain abundance, to build savings, to build wealth. The Ace of Wands it's the pinnacle of fire, activity, passion. It's also very masculine. Stare at it long enough, you realize it's a phallic image. So when this shows up in your life, it's really, really time, once again, to look at your patterns, look at your cycles of behavior. Because if you're willing to alter those patterns of behavior and reaction, it's going to change the way you get to experience this fire in your life. And this will take you places. Just be sure to use it, or it will use you. You know. Anyway, I'm going to stop there. Okay, here we go. Believe it.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for donating, Nat. Thank you for the Rumble rant. That was awesome.
Thanks, Rob. All right, thank you, guys.
All right, goodbye, man. Thank you.
Believe in yourself.
Yeah, dude, this is working out great. I like it. You know?
Seriously,
dude,
man.
I think this is working out great. Like, you know, we can mix back and forth. We can do the regular readings on the you know, for the people that don't want to call in, and the people that do want to call in. You know, we can, you know, yeah. So really? Yeah, that was cool, man. You know.
Now that Aurora Diamond has been waiting, we can begin. Anyway, I'm sorry. I realize there's like a gap in our audio, so I'm sorry that we keep talking over each other. I realize there's like the couple second gap in our voice. Go ahead.
It's okay. Yeah. No, but the readings have been great so far, man. You're on fire. You know, like you're doing. You know, like you're on point, man.
Let us.
Yeah,
continue.
like. I guess we'll go do Aurora Diamond next. I guess.
Yes.
I don't know. Does she have a question, or do you just do like whatever you feel like?
We could do a general one for it, unless you have unless you had a question there, Miss Diamond Heart. One of these days you're gonna call in, though. I demand that one of these days you're gonna call in when you're not careening wildly through the streets of somewhere in Michigan. Selena says, I couldn't hear. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over anyone. Oh, okay. So does that mean that it's hard to hear the guest? You guys answer that in the chat, just so we can get it worked out in the coming days, just so Rob can get this thing really, really flowing.
I think everybody can hear Selena, everybody can hear you. It's just that she can't hear you. She's having trouble, you know, so it's hard for the caller to hear you, I think. So that's where I got to get this audio interface that Bully gave me. I have it right here. I have this thing. Like it's an audio interface, you know. I just got to hook this thing up. I got to get the cord, which she gave me, but I lost them. I'm an idiot. I fucking lost them.
I have done that many a time. I have done it.
It's embarrassing that I'm a 45-year-old man and I lose things, you know. Like
it's okay, dude. I'm a 48-year-old male and I still don't know how to do taxes. You know what I mean? I'm literally like the living embodiment of that meme where it's like, this is who you're asking to understand taxes. And I'm just like a weird little puppy dog, like sitting there like, you know, like drooling on myself and shit. You know? Yeah. Anyway. Okay, here we go. So we're going to do Aurora Diamond. Okay. What's going on? Let's see. I hope somebody makes an AI video of me. Like, you know those new AI videos where they're getting like stopped, you know, like by the cops and they're all, hold on. And then they drive away. I want somebody to make a video where it's me in the car with the cat and the cat's driving. And I'm all, whoa, you know, so if anyone out there is really good at Sora AI, make me a video like that. It's the only time I give the world authorization to put me in an AI environment. So do that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Aurora Diamond Heart. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Whoa. We kind of have a dual message for you because I can sort of feel like the body in the moment as well. But I'm going to start with your 6 of Wands. You have authorization for something right now. I know you're familiar with this card as well. It really depends upon the nature of what it is you're trying to accomplish. Or like, let's say if you've been weighing an option and you're like, should I Should I not? Should I take that action right there? Should I initiate that unfoldment in my life? And here's the thing: the Six of Wands will come in and they'll be like, yes, so somebody in the background is literally saying, oh, you better do it. And the thing is, like, time is of the essence. And so I guess there's a little bit of urgency that comes with the Six of Wands. And I mean that sincerely. It's not like you have to do it right now, but if you wait till next month, it was just not going to hit the same. But I would say, and this is for anyone out there trying to understand the world of tarot. All the sixes are pretty benevolent. When the number 6 comes into your life in the world of tarot, depending on which one you get, it's usually a go-ahead moment. It's usually a forward-moving energy. It comes with issues, and I think one of the issues that you might have with this right now is prioritization, or just kind of like getting certain things in order so that you can have the right type of impact in areas of your life where you're not experiencing enough of something, whether it be like respect, whether it be social, whether it be work, whether it be emotional, whether it be relationship based. I think you have authorization to new action in all those areas. But I would just say, and I realize I'm looping on this, so I'll stop here. Just don't wait around too much. And this is for anyone else out there that I think sees this and wonders, like, could he be talking about this thing in my life? That's the Six of Wands. It's spirit telling you, go ahead, do that, go for it. We encourage you. Just be sure to actually take action, because you will lose momentum in your life without it. And so anyway, I will stop there. It's time to take a bold new series of actions, Miss Diamond Heart. And,
I love that.
Anyway, it's getting weirder and weirder. Lucid dreaming with blind psychonauts.
Yeah.
Let's get weird. You came to the right place. Anyway, who else do we have?
We have Crystal Arguelles, but and she always donate. Like I just messaged her and I asked her if she wanted to call in. And and also Mary Heistand. We have Mary Heistand, and Mary, I think that's Mary 444 on Rumble. If she wants to call in, Mary, you could call in too, guys. The number is 5. Here, let me put it back up on the thing. I'll put it.
Joyful Jennifer says,
yeah,
"Tell
I'd
me."
love for you guys to call in.
Call in, Joyful
Who's
Jennifer.
that?
Now is your time, Joyful Jennifer.
Yeah, Joyful Jennifer, you have a reading too. You can call in. And Jason too, okay, wait, I got it here. Sorry.
In the meantime,
Lucina says she felt awkward. No, you did.
Sorry, go ahead. I love
Sorry,
the audio. I love the audio. We're like bouncing back. We're like bouncing back and forth off each other's audio. I love it. We're gonna let's grab one of the randoms while we wait for her to call. Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Should we do Joyful Jennifer by well, yeah, I can hear you good. I'm trying to think of who to do. I guess we could do Crystal because she didn't answer, and I guess she didn't call, so maybe she just wants her reading. Oh, here's one. We'll do Army of One. She's been waiting. We'll do Army of One because she I guess she doesn't want to call in.
Okay, cool. Army of One.
Wait, we got a caller now. Wait, let's take this call first. Let's see who this is, and we'll see. And then we'll come back to Army of One. Hi, you're live on the air. East of the Rockies, you're on the air.
It's Joyful Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer, how's it going?
Hey, you guys, so many calls. Selena wanted me to call, so here I am.
Yeah. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Hey, the full moon, it rocked me too, guys. I did what I can, We're all trying to stay in balance, right? And Matthew, I'm here to hear it from you. So whatever you got for me, hello.
Definitely. Is there an area of your life that you would like to focus on right now, or do you want to just see what shows up?
Oh, you know what, you guys? I got to go inside. My air conditioner. Okay, you could probably hear me better now.
Oh, we can
hear me better now?
He said, yeah. He says there.
Oh gosh, a lot. Yeah, I would say my environment.
Okay.
Both my vessel and my environment that I'm living in. So that's two big ones right there. I think that's a handful enough. Don't you think, Matthew?
Perfect. Let us begin. Hopefully our audio glitches will resolve themselves and everything will move smoothly. Let's take a slow breath in, just because I can kind of feel it in your voice. This is a good time for you to generate or allow.
It really is. It sounds like I'm in a bubble.
Yeah,
Like
you're
she
gonna.
can't hear me.
I knew it. I could tell. Okay, so you can relay this information, and this will be fun because that'll give you something to work out in the background. But tell her she'll just have to come back and watch it on the recording.
Wait, I can hear you a little bit.
She said she said you might have to come back and watch the recording if you can't hear it. Like,
here we go. I'm gonna go ahead before this little cloud of energy passes. So this will be recorded for later. So it's like you're holding a lot of your mother's energy in your aura. You're holding a lot of people's energy from whether it be family or extended family or like a large group of people. I would go back to like maybe even 2012 and kind of look at like the patterns and the things that have gone wrong and gone right. And just sort of look back on those things and ask yourself, what can you let go of? What pieces of yourself can you revise? And really notice how much you've changed, because it seems as though you've gone through a tremendous amount of kind of healing of the emotional body. And if there's a place that I would say maybe if you wanted to focus on a channel or an element of the self just within your own path or time of meditation, I would look at your lungs. Lungs is where we hold regrets. It's where we hold certain layers of sadness, including the sadness of others. And it's just, I'll just say it. I hear tears within your lungs, and it's not always like catastrophic, horrible, traumatized tears. It's just the channel through which many of our tears emanate, whether they're for ourselves or others, whether they're joyful tears or sad tears or mournful tears. You have a lot of opportunity for cleansing within, allowing yourself to cry more. And maybe you already do. So you're like, honey, I've been crying for years. So maybe you have, maybe sometimes you'll stop doing that. You know what I mean? But it's like you have incredibly, what I would call wide bandwidth of the body. So it's like you have an ability to really understand and relate with the goodness of most people, which honestly is a thing that a lot of people in this world do not have right now. And so it's like you're holding on to some really beautiful pieces of yourself that I think are going to make more sense in the years to come in terms of like, why did it turn out like that? Or why did this go that way? Or why am I in this stage of my life? Why am I in this condition? And so now that we've said that,
confirmation. I seriously have just been releasing everything that you're talking about. Okay. I am the one who is breaking the cycle. I'm the one who's stopping all of it, the patterns, the cycles, the beliefs. I'm the one who stepped forward and said enough is enough. And I looked at the toxicity, Matthew, and I'm turning my life. And finally, those that surround my space are doing it. And I'm hoping that maybe somebody in my family is going to snap at them too, because then it's going to ripple effect to their kids. And that's always the hope. That's always the goal, right?
Yeah. Good job, man. Good job. Okay, this is going to be for your environment. Here we go. Hold on.
You got it. Bingo. I am all about heart healing, and you're right. Heart healing is releasing the tears. And I've shedded, and I will continue to shed tears because I cried for myself. I cried for past. I cried for those around me. I cried for everyone. That's what I'm here to do. I was made to, like Matthew said, Jennifer, step up. How many times you been telling me that for the last how many months, Matthew? Well, here I am to say, bingo, you're right. And you all have a job to do. And once you take the time to sit with yourself, which is very difficult, it's the hardest work on the planet, is when you have to take a look at the choices and the self-sabotaging that you've done to yourself, and stop pointing the finger at others and take a really good look at what you're choosing on a daily basis. And it's a hard thing to uncover, because it will be, like Matthew said, a constant unfolding, and there's going to be memories of tears, and there's going to be moments that I'm just going to have to sit with it until it finally fades away. And time does heal wounds. It does. Because I'm healing those. I'm healing them for myself, and I'm healing them for those around me. Isn't that right, boys?
I agree.
That's right. And my boys are my witness. And so thank you, Matthew, for putting my focus back on target. And I'm going to pick up my paintbrush, and I'm going to pick up my pencil, because I love to draw and sketch. Rob knows a little bit about that about me. And and it's a great way to release those emotions. And I need to get back closer to water. I can't say enough about that, people. Water is just a beautiful way to reconnect. I can't say enough for it. So take a blanket out, lay it on the ground, look up, and daydream. And if you're fortunate enough to see the clouds go by, and if it starts raining, that's okay too. You might get wet, but it might feel good all at the same time, right, Matthew?
All right, thank you. And I'm going to softly cut in here and say you are describing the card that I pulled for you, which is the King of Cups, who we could say is the king of the realm of water, king of the emotional body. I think when it comes to a stage in which the King of Cups is in a cycle of change, one of the greatest things they can do is allow themselves to be known by others, and to sort of bring, they have this incredible ability to really see the depth of things that other people can't. But the problem is that they carry all kinds of knowledge and data and experience and magic that, unfortunately, unless you put it out there, the world will kind of never see it. And so you have authorization over the coming weeks to really be more open to how you communicate yourself.
Of course you were going to say that. Put it out there, right? Yes, Matthew, you're right. We all have a voice and we need to use it. And I'm learning to open up my throat chakra. It's a hard thing. So for anyone out there that's, got that, oh my gosh, I can't call in. Oh my gosh, I can't leave a comment. I feel you. This didn't happen overnight for me. It didn't. But I've always had the gift of gab. I'm a Gemini. I got strong Gemini placements. I'll just leave it at that, because you don't want to tell everybody your secrets. Leave some mystery. But the point is it's not always an easy thing to do, to be vulnerable and tell people who you are, because it's just hard. You don't want people to have opinions about you. And I finally got to the point where I don't give a flump. And I don't. And I mean it in a confident way, not an arrogant way, but a confident way. Meaning that, you know what, there was a time, anyone who knew me back in my high school days, they would be laughing right now going, oh yeah, I remember her. The girl who used to walk down the corridor saying, hello, how's it going? I'm so glad you got to see me. Yeah, I was that girl. But that was not arrogance. It was confidence. I loved who I was. I loved life at the time, until the world kind of took a bite at me. And then, the stories happen and unfold. So, you know what, you guys, reach back to that time, that pivotal point where you remember when life was fun. Or imagine a time when you can have fun, you can, I don't know, Matthew, take over from here. But I think you guys, like, you are your creator. Matthew says it all the time. Create your own fun, create your own happiness. If you don't know what your passion is, well, sit down with yourself for a while. Maybe doodle. Something might pop up that you just never thought about exploring. We all have talents. We just forgot about them. So do those things that make you happy, that make you laugh again. Like Rob said, he wants to throw more laughter in his podcast. You guys, it's okay. It is very serious what we are doing. But at the same time, you got to have that balance of laughter. I mean,
That's a good point.
you got to laugh. And you know what? I haven't laughed enough, and it's time to laugh.
That's a good
Good
point.
job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, this was
Thank you.
amazing. We got to
Thank
move. We should probably move on to the next.
Yeah. So I'm going to hang up. I'm going to hang up so you can move on to the next caller. I'm loving this. I think it's a wonderful thing. It opened my throat chakra again. Rob, thank you for creating a platform that gives everybody the opportunity to flourish. It's our time to fly.
I
So
agree.
let's fly, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Jennifer.
Matthew. I love you. Thank you for everything you're doing. You
you.
open me up every time I listen to your voice. I love you. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate
Thank
Good
you,
it.
night,
Jennifer.
boys.
Good night.
All
That was
right.
amazing. Those joyful people, guys. I see why she's so joyful. So here's what we got, guys. We got Aaron Clem who donated, Crystal Arguelles, Mary 444. If any of those people want to call in, you can call in. But I guess we'll do Army of Darkness. Army. I see that name. I think Army of Darkness. I think Bruce Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that movie? Like, wasn't that? That was a great movie.
Remember
That was-
actually. That was back in the era when I could still watch movies. Oh, it's Army of One. Oh, okay. Army of One.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what made me think of Army of Darkness. For some
No,
reason.
totally. I remember there was also this video game, Army of Two, but that really sucked. I gotta be real. Not that it has anything to do with this. It's just I'm like, wow, I remember that
Yeah.
game. It was horrible. But anyway, okay, sorry. This is going to be for Army of One. We're just going to do a little bit of reading. Thank you to everyone that has called in so far, to all those of you who will call in the future. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat. I haven't seen enough arguing in the chat, so I don't know. Something must be going on. But we're going to do one for Army of One. I'm just kidding. Don't argue in the chat, you guys. Don't argue. This is only love and light is allowed here. Okay, here we go. Army of One. For those of you guiding Army of One at this current stage of the human incarnation in 3, 2, 1. We're seeing it live in the moment. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One of my favorite characters in the entire world of multidimensional tarot. Army of One, you've received our old friend Judgment. Spiderbite says Army of One left before. Well, maybe they'll see this, and maybe there's a couple other people that will see this as well, because some of you guys will feel it in your own world. But you guys, when Judgment comes into your life, life is bringing you toward a forced transformation. For some people, it comes in the form of an ego death or a dark night of the soul, or every now and then just a reevaluation of everything you have been and are up until this point in your life. And when Judgment comes into your life, you know, just like the word says, you will stand in judgment, often of yourself, sometimes of others. Sometimes you'll notice the ways in which the world has judged you, and within those experiences, you will choose to create something very new out of yourself. And yet at the same time, this can happen accidentally. This can happen without looking. And, you know, you can even try to avoid it if you want. Judgment as a cycle, like let's say a behavioral cycle will enter your life. And some of you guys have heard me say this before. But Judgment enters your life, and it takes everything that you think you are right now and turns it into something else. And for some people, it can be an incredibly beautiful transformation. And for other people, it can just merely be a recreation of everything they always were. But when it comes in, you must remember, anything you are willing to get rid of, anything you're willing to give away, anything you're willing to let go of in your life right now, you will get a new one of, a new version, which when you think about it, some of us will be like, yeah, that's cool. So you're saying if I get rid of that, if I let go of these things in my life, you're going to give me a new one? And they're like, yeah, sure, we'll give you a new one. And maybe all the problems that come with it at the same time all over again. Or maybe it'll give you a chance to play the game over again in an entirely different way. Judgment brings those types of experiences into your life, but it's usually at the cost of a massive transformation in your life. And I'm going to be real, when this becomes an actual force that's kind of meeting you, so to speak, which isn't necessarily going to be denoted by a one-card tarot reading on a live stream. Oftentimes people will know it in their own way. But if you've come to the stage in which your relationships aren't working, your career is unsatisfying, you don't know how to make ends meet, every piece of you has changed, you're completely different from the version of yourself that you were only months before, and maybe you don't even really recognize yourself in the moment. Let's just say you've been going through any of those changes, you're probably in a judgment cycle. And so the last thing I'll say on it is just remember, when this energy enters your life, you must be willing to sacrifice what you are right now or what you could become. And so it's a very interesting and potentially turbulent time, but it's a beautiful thing. So I'll stop there, Army of One.
I love that. I hope that resonates with you, Army. When we got a call in, I love that. I love this. This is action. This is action packed.
You really recognize yourself at the moment. Let's just say.
Oh, your caller. Your radio's on. Caller, please turn on your radio.
We got
Who's
it.
calling,
We got
All
it.
right.
Yeah. Hi. Who
This
is
is
this?
Mary.
Oh, Mary. Hi. Get your name up on the thing. This is Mary 444, right?
Yes,
Oh, yeah. Thank you for donating. How are you? Nice to meet you.
absolutely. Thank you, Rob. Nice to meet you too. I watch all the time and love you both, you and Matthew.
Thank you.
You know
That's
what,
awesome.
Rob? Let me just say this really, really quickly. Mary, you probably can't hear my voice too well, but I'll say it right now. And hopefully you're okay with me saying this, Mary. She's honestly someone you should have on your show. This lady has worked with forces of darkness and angels and energies in this world that a lot of people talk about and they theorize about and they tell stories about. And then there's the ones who actually experienced it and lived to tell about it and continues to work with other people. And she's one of those people. Mary's been with us for a long time. And so I have a great respect for her work. And you know, and she knows this as well. It takes a toll on us. It takes a toll on us in our life. And so anyway, it's just good. It's good to hear your voice, Mary. We certainly recognize your role in this strange world.
Were you able to hear him, Mary?
Go ahead.
I did a little bit. I'll go back and listen to the recording, but thank you so much, Matthew. And I just love you and Laura, you and Honora to pieces. You both mean so much to me and have just really, you know, at times kept me motivated to keep doing this work. And, you know, I just think it's so important that we have people in our lives that do that for us. And you and Honora definitely are that for me.
Wow, thank you. Sincerely, thank you. It's an honor. Did you have a question? Hopefully you can hear me say that. Is there any area that you want us to focus on for a reading?
Yeah,
Maybe you can
I do. I do have a question, Matthew. I was wondering what capsule phrase would be good to work with nerve pain coming off my low back and also my left hip. There's something really weird going on there. I do have spinal degeneration going on and osteoarthritis. And it just, I mean, when it hit this year, it hit hard. And I'm doing all I can to, you know, rise above this. But let me tell you, there are some rough days.
Mm. Oh, man, I feel you. Yeah, 2025 was the year. And like I said recently, when everyone's check engine light came on in a big, big way, or 2025, did I say 2025?
Well, mine came on and never went off.
Yeah, no, I feel you. Mine came on in some crazy ways too. I guess to answer the first part of the question, in terms of capsule phrases, and for those of you guys that are listening, what is she talking about? This is something that hasn't really been covered during my appearances on the show. Not really for any bad reason. I get typecast in terms of like tarot reading a lot. But another side of what we do, honestly, what we do far more than anything else is really kind of dilation of the energy body. And so when she refers to capsule phrases, she's referring to essentially a series of mantras or oftentimes 3-syllable phrases that I have experienced in what I believe to be out-of-body extraterrestrial contact experiences that are part of a language that I think is actually spoken or used in a vibratory sense among other races of beings in the cosmos as well. And they seem to have an ability to open things up within the body, to create dilation. And so Now that I've said that, and this will be kind of funny because I might not necessarily use a capsule phrase to address inflammation in the hip and, energy of the spine or any of those things. I think that you could essentially look at where it's based within the body, and I would probably, like, if I was going to use phrasing, I would tone into the navel chakra because it's sort of an access point for the entire gut. But more so, I would say the minor chakra behind it, which I know you're familiar with, the Ming Men. But here's the crazy thing about Ming Men. While you could use the phrase, and this is for anyone that's watching, you can literally chant this in your meditations, and it will create dilation of your navel chakra. But the phrase for that is Du Chi Ro, Du Chi Ro, which you could very well use.
Okay.
You could definitely use that in the spinal column. But honestly, what I would do, and this is a thing that I've been doing so much more lately, is I will create sort of a multi-purpose targeted hum or just a deep round tone, like going back to the real essence of what I believed to be scalar toning in the beginning. And that's ultimately meaning we will sort of target this place on our body, feel into that part of your hip, and essentially allow the body to vibrate, to hum, or to really just into it. I don't know how much of that got picked up by the mic on StreamYard, probably none of it, but you just create like this.
Yeah, no, I heard that. I get it, right? Yeah, no, I get it totally.
I would just tone into it, but I would say more so, it feels like if you're willing to, you're at the stage where you can still open up physically this part of your body, whether it be through something chiropractic, but it feels more muscular. Like if you could find a way to strengthen this area of the body despite the discomfort while also changing your sitting position. I would probably change your shoes as well if that's a thing you're capable of doing, like get different shoes, different sitting position, look at the chair that you're sitting in throughout the day, tone into that area of the body. But and maybe that already is too much, but here's the thing. I know it's something that you can work through. I think every one of us that does kind of dedicated spiritual work right now, myself included, absolutely 100% myself included, we will have a tendency to gather energy in these certain places of the body, and it's going to be an ongoing mission to release it. For you, maybe it's hips and spinal column. For me, it's definitely liver and gallbladder. For other people, it'll be blood or spleen or immunity. You know what I mean? And so, anyway, I'll stop there.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. And also, would you be able to pull one card for me?
Yes, certainly. Do you want me to aim it at anything in your life, or do you want it to just be general?
I would. Yeah, I would like to ask. I'm seriously considering moving, and I don't know if it's going to be out of state or stay in California and move closer to my son. But those are kind of my two options that I'm considering.
Okay. Should we stay or should we go? Okay. I love that question. Everyone that's watching, you'll hear this a few seconds after I say it due to the delay, but let's all take a deep breath in as we honor the many guides and guardians, especially those of you that assist Mary in her current path on Earth. We're just looking for directionally related information in terms of movement. What does it look like for her? Is this the time? Is this the time to create a move? Here we go. We're going to see it together. Whoa. All right. You got a Hierophant, Mary. Get ready for the most colorful and brilliant non-answer. You're going to be like, what? The Hierophant, whenever you have a question and the Hierophant comes into your life and you're like, Spirit, should I do this? Is this appropriate for me? Should I begin this? Should I undertake this? And the Hierophant shows up. First of all, the funny part is the Hierophant answers your questions before you're done answering them. But the problem is it's the smallest voice within your body. So based upon the buildup of energy, of thought forms and belief systems, a Hierophant can be very, very hard to find its true essence. For some people, it can be very simple. But when it appears in your life and you find yourself on the edge of making a decision or seeking direction, let's just say I'm seeking direction, and a Hierophant comes into your life, this is the time to engage in prayer and meditation. And some might even say a very specific kind of prayer and meditation, the kind of prayer and meditation that we engage in with, you know, God as we understand it, or him or her or whoever. We go directly to source and we remain in silence, we remain in prayer. And so on one hand, it's a good sign when we're in a path of, let's say, you know, we won't use the H word, but just improvement of the physical body. Let's say that the improvement of the physical body, the Hierophant will come in and say, this is a situation that's going to respond greatly to spirit, to spiritual healing, to the unseen elements that persist within the body. And the problem with Hierophant, because there are problems that come with it, Hierophant isn't based upon the version of it that you're working with, which sometimes is the version of, you know, authoritarian spirituality that we pick up in this world. Every now and then the Hierophant can even be very punishing. Hierophant can seem cumbersome. It can hold you back in some ways. That's why whenever it shows up in our life, we resort to prayer and meditation to understand the path forward. With I guess one last thing that I'll say, which is the kicker, because they'll, and I say this to myself as well, because the Hierophant will have already told you the answer. It's just like we're trying to find that small voice once again that says, wow, maybe you should just, you know what I mean? Do this thing. And anyway, I will stop there, but I think you get the picture. I think
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, beautiful.
I hope
It's amazing.
it
I
All
hope
right,
that-
well, thank you so much.
yeah, thank you for calling in, Mary. This is awesome. And yeah,
Okay.
and we'll be talking to you soon. Take care. It was amazing. That went great, you know. I'm looking for
Thanks.
Crystal's because Crystal's been waiting.
Okay.
I know she's in here somewhere. I'm
We
looking
can
for
do
her. I know she left a comment somewhere. You know? Maybe we could just tap into her. Like, I hate when this happens. I really do. You know,
I want
like,
the
I hate when this
Andromedan to
happens.
call in. I want Andromedan to call in.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. The problem is like with the international callers, it's hard for them to call in like international to the calling number for whatever reason. I got to figure that out. Like someone called
Andromedan?
Spiritual Ascension called. Guess what? I found out who Spiritual Ascension is. That wasn't who we thought it was. She's a really nice
I
lady
know,
from
man.
Australia.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I'm glad it wasn't. That's a good sign. But Andromedan, I know you're hearing me right now. Call in, and we will do a reading for you. Find a way to call in. Find a way
That
to
would be
call.
so cool if the Andromeda, dude. I might literally like. I would just.
Seriously.
I would go crazy.
I mean it.
I would lose my fucking mind if the Andromeda.
Yeah. Call in. Find a way, Andromeda.
That would be
Anyway, we're
the
gonna
sweetest
do-
country. Andromeda, you got to figure out the country code and call in, bro. Please, come on, man, do it. Call in, Andromeda. We want you to call in. You know, like anyway. I don't think Crystal wants to call in, so
It's okay. No
said,
worries.
she says,
probably working.
I'm afraid I'll just cry. Well, Crystal, like if you want to, you can call in if you want. It's 573-877-7637. Would love to hear from you, Crystal, while Matthew's doing your reading. Like, you know, that'd be great. You know, 573-877-7637. But if you don't want to call in, it's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no worries if you can. I
Yeah.
noticed in the chat she says she can't call in, but for everyone else, get ready. This is gonna get bigger and bigger. He's about to get multiple lines. We'll have people on hold. You know what I mean? We'll get a call screener. Seriously, dude, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Anyway, I'm sorry. Here we go. This is gonna be for Hall and Sass. I'll just cry and be a mess if I call, and that's okay. This is a time of heavy emotion and big waves of, you know, mood swings and all kinds of stuff, especially after that full moon that just came through. You know, a lot of people had a big purge of emotion, and we've been dealing with a year in which a lot of our greatest vulnerabilities have been challenged and shoved back in our face over and over again. And I think if there's one thing you and I can agree on, Hall and Sass, is that 2025 definitely showed us so far, because we still got a couple months left, right, has definitely shown us the areas in our life in which we need to improve ourselves, whether it be decision making, how we move forward, the actions we take, how we respond to what's being given to us in the world. And I just say that because it feels like you've also been learning some hard and fast lessons of that in your own time, in your own experiences, in terms of maybe certain things not working out the way you were hoping they were going to work out, and other stuff like that as well. I think the good news is that it feels as though, and I say this from an empathic perspective, just kind of feeling the energy of you, because I know you and I have spoken, and we've done a bit of work together. So I feel like we have a generally good understanding of your energy. You are one of the most capable and recreative, which isn't really a word. What's the right word? Regenerable, maybe? Is it like you have this ability to have something completely fall apart, to turn to utter shit, and in a few months' time, you can turn it around and you'll put it back together and you'll change things around and you'll flip this thing that way. And all of a sudden you're like, and it works. And it's like, so, I mean, you have this ability to, as they say, adapt and overcome. But I get you, man. At times it's like the world is heavy. The world is heavy right now. It really, really is. You are not alone in that. But let's pull a card for you as we see what does she need to know about treading through the heaviness of the current world? What needs to be seen? Elizabeth says, I can't believe 2025 is on the downswing, right? I know, I feel you. Anyway, here we go for Hall and Sass. 3, 2, 1, and oh, whoa, maybe this is perfect. I don't know, but this is a very particular message, Holland says. You got a 7 of Wands, which I love 7 of Wands. He's a cool character. He's an awesome guy as you look at him and you're like, why does he look so defensive? You're telling me he's this awesome guy. Look at him. He looks like he's going to fight somebody. Like, what's really going on? When a 7 of Wands comes into your life, Holland Sass, and anyone else here that needs to hear this, there's a very good chance that the current round of conflict, let's say if you are in a conflict, and I don't mean to assign that to anyone, but let's just say if you were in a conflict, well, I have some awkward news for you. And I say this with love and respect, although also kind of humorously, but the whole problem with the 7 of Wands is actually their own defensiveness, their own sort of tension, their own, at times, hard edges. It doesn't mean that you are the sole cause of all the difficulty in your life, although there's many people in this world who will agree with me that when we take full responsibility over everything in our life, we experience a great shift. Aside from all that, the 7 of Wands will come into your life and you're going to be very aware of the shit in the world, the muck, those who might have it out for you. You're going to notice all the things and all the stuff that's not working out, and you're going to wonder, like, what if they come for me? Is something going to happen? Am I going to lose everything right now? Am I going to lose it all? 7 of Wands, you're on higher ground. Hall and Sass, you're on higher ground. They can't even touch you. There's nearly nothing that they can do to you. At this stage, the greatest conflict is within one's own heart. And when you change your position, change your perspective, and realize that you have a tremendous advantage that many people will never get. They'll never get it. I mean, some of us do because we realize it and we're like, let me drop all the resistance and just feel what is. Some people live their whole life and they could never do that. You, however, seem to have an ability to regenerate over and over and over again. And so I would say take it into account that you're in a stage of regeneration rather than conflict, rather than loss, rather than difficulty. And so to me, 7 of Wands is a good omen. But for other people, we can stay in a fight for a while or in a battle with ourselves. That's all. I mean, ultimately, that's what it is. It's kind of a battle with the self. Anyway, I'll stop there, but hang in there. All you have to do next is this. Get ready. You have to fight another version of yourself in an alternate dimension. That's all you have to do.
Wow.
I'm totally joking. You don't have to do that, but that would be cool if you did.
Yeah, and I hope that resonates with you, Crystal, and I hope everything works out for you too, I wonder what's going, I hope she's okay, you know, like Crystal's such a nice person, you know, she's really cool. And then the next one is for Andromeda. We'll do Andromeda, and he said he gets mad because I wait to do him last, but like he doesn't understand. I got to get through this person. We didn't even get Aaron Clem yet. I got to get, you know. But I mean, you know, yeah, we got you, Andromeda.
Everybody, I have time for everybody tonight. Don't worry about it. I got time for all of you guys. But for those who don't already know, there is this guy. I guess he created his own country. It's an island. I think it's off the coast of India. I can't remember its name right now. It has a really long kind of Hindu name, but he created his own country. And you can go out there and stay there. You can stay there with him and his like followers. And I think for $14,000, he'll teach you to levitate. For $14,000, you will. And I'm pretty sure it's money back guaranteed. At least I recall watching his videos with Honora like a while back. And it's like it's almost like guaranteed or your money back. You will levitate. But the other thing he tells you is that in order to, I guess, get there, you have to fight yourself in an alternate dimension. And I remember hearing that, and I was like,
"That's hilarious, dude."
No, for real, dude. I heard it; it blew my mind, and I was like, "Whoa." I don't know. Do I actually want to go there? I don't know. But anyway. Go ahead. Who else?
Hilarious, dude. That's fucking hilarious. Like that's. I mean, people are out there, man. You know, I was saying to Coley, I was saying it the other day. I was like, man, it's like there's people in this community. Some of these people are out there. You know, not in our group. You know, our groups of people are pretty nice. You know what I mean? But like in this community in general, it's like people are just. Some people are like really like, you know, which I love. But I think we need that right now, though, too. You know, we need, you know. I mean, maybe not that guy, but you know what I mean? Like, we need the weird people and stuff like that, you know? Like,
I feel you. I feel like I take too liberal of a stance with great opposition and toxicity nowadays, in that I believe they must exist. I think all these people are sort of like catalysts for spiritual growth and change. And so, you know, I've had my fair share of turbulence and difficulty in social situations, but you're right. I think here's one thing I can say with absolute assurance. The crowd and the group of people that surround the Typical Skeptic podcast are some of the most open-minded and cool and just really awesome people. Like you have summoned a really amazing group of people around you. And so I'm grateful. Like you know what I mean? Like it hasn't, you know, we haven't had a lot of troll activity, famous last words, right? You know what I mean? All of a sudden we get bombed. But anyway, so I think you attract, you know, as they say, you attract to yourself what you are, and you've attracted a really cool community of people. And so anyway,
that's awesome, man. I think so too. I think everybody's really cool. I really do. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do a reading for Andromedan, right? Is that who it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. For Mr. Andromedan. And once again, everybody out there in internet land, we'll just take a slow, deep breath in. Just let it out as you please, as we honor all those of you connected to the Andromedan, as we're just looking for a piece of pertinent or relevant information in his current world right now. Whatever needs to be seen or heard, here we go. Oh, look at that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't get thrown off by this, Mr. Andromedan and anyone else. You have a very, very useful symbol, a good card to get. I'm not going to say it's the most joyful energy. I'm not going to say it's the most, you know, like wondrous, expansive thing to have. You've got a 3 of Swords, and most people that see it will go, oh. Okay, you're telling me this is good? How is this good? Look at it. It's my heart. Yes, that's your heart. And it's stabbed with swords. Yes, it's been stabbed with 3 swords. But what are these swords really? When this energy comes into your life, Andromeda, and you're asked to look at those things that were said, those things that were communicated, those experiences that you had maybe as a child or maybe last week, those moments when the world did something or said something and it just went right in. You know what I mean? It went boom, like right in the heart. And no, it didn't kill you. It didn't, you know what I mean? You weren't bleeding out from it. It was just the words and the energies of others that layered and sort of colored our experience at earlier stages of the journey. And they still remain there in the heart today. And so when you see this, you're being given an opportunity to heal the wounds of the heart. And when we ask questions about, like, who am I really? What are my real abilities? What am I really meant for in this life? One of the ways that we understand that when we see a Three of Wands is by understanding that the more bold we can be about healing our emotional wounds, about the things that were done or said in our past that still echo through the body, the more deliberate and vulnerable we can be by pulling that sword out. And, for those of you guys that get where I'm going with this, you can imagine, like always in the movies when the guy gets shot with an arrow and you have to you have to pull it out of your body, right? This is what you have to do with the Three of Swords. It's like you have to come to the stage where you have to pull this thing out of you and realize, oh shit, this was never true. This was never even real. That was, you know what I mean? It's like you learn to look at yourself in a very different way by healing the wounds of the heart. And the Three of Swords is the sign to look for that tells you those wounds that you carry right now are going to become abilities. They're going to become things that you use. Like, I'm going to use a cheesy statement. Get ready, everyone. Somebody's going to cringe. They're going to be the weapons and the tools that you use to help everyone else save themselves and the world around them. Or they could be things that you wield against other people anytime someone bumps against it and you go, oh, shit, good, and you'll strike out at other people because our wounds will sort of be exposed. And so you got a lot of abilities in there. This is a time for emotional clearing. I pray that it finds you well, and thanks for hanging out, Andromeda. Boom.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, Andromeda. And I wish you would have called in. It would have been cool if you would have called in. Like, maybe you couldn't figure it out. It is hard to call in from the international. Like, the way the lady did it last night, she had to dial 00111 or something like that before she called in. So,
yeah, that's
it was.
actually,
I'm looking for
normal. Or maybe it's not normal. I don't know. I've never been anywhere in the world, you guys. I've only ever, I've only been to Mexico. So
that's cool. Have you been to Tijuana?
What?
Did you go to Tijuana?
Oh yeah, dude. I used to go oh god. There was a period where I would go every 1 to 3 days, like clockwork. Someone out there who's really psychic will understand why. They'll be like, why would he need to go there every 1 to 3 days? I wonder, you know what I mean? Somebody will get it. But yeah, no, it's actually a beautiful place. But anyway, all that aside.
Would you go for to cop or back in the day? Is that what you do?
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah, it was just the place. Everybody would go there. Everybody would go there. So, anyway,
wow.
I actually love Mexico. I love I can never say Tijuana. I've also been to Juarez, which they were like, that's the most dangerous city. Actually, we entered at Juarez, and I was like, well, it seems like a lot of tension here, but it's very chill. For those of you guys that don't know, Ciudad Juarez, just south of El Paso, I guess, right? Or something like that. Also a wild place, but I always loved Mexico. Anyway, here's Aaron C. For me, I'm wanting to know how to further tap into my natural abilities or activate more of my DNA. That's a good question. How to further tap into my natural abilities? Well, I can tell you there's kind of 4 kind of milestone level experiences that will sort of get most people started off on that path. And I'm not saying there's only these steps. There's a million steps within what I'm about to describe, but I call them the 4 gateways. The first one for most people is a really thorough detox process. It's not like you can't do anything else until you're detoxed, because the process of detox is a lifetime journey. But for those who have never done parasite cleanses or real dedicated detoxification, that's usually one of the first steps. When you come to the realization, I believe I have an ability, which you do, and I want to know how to actually lay the groundwork in my body so that I can experience it in a real and lasting way. Step 1, detox and deprogramming. We also have to unlearn many things that we've learned about what is true, about what we are programmed, about the way energy works, about the way psychic energy works, about the way spirit energy works, about all of those things. We really have to deprogram ourselves. I say that as a person who only does this work in this world, nothing else, for better or worse. And you're going to be unlearning and deprogramming so much. It's been 8 years now, and I'm still doing this every day. And so deprogramming, detoxification. Step 2 is divination, which you can engage in while you're going through detox. Why do I mention divination? We talk about things like tarot reading, runes, stones, crystals, whatever, candles, tea leaves. It doesn't matter. Any form of divination. Maybe not a pendulum. Sorry, pendulum users. It's the most easiest to alter, but that's a whole other conversation. But I would say step 2 is divination. That's where you give spirit a channel of communication into your life, and you develop a language through which you learn to communicate through the symbology and through the messages that you're given within your chosen modality of divination. That's how you're going to learn to speak with spirit. Not to say that it doesn't happen within the heart and the mind. It does, but we as humans need an additional layer of physical confirmation. It's just native to us because we live in a physical world. So we need as much physical confirmation in terms of symbology as we can get. And I think that's one of the most indispensable stages at the beginning of a psychic development journey. So detox, deprogramming, divination. Step 3 is where you begin to learn more about your energetic anatomy. You mentioned it with your question, revolving around DNA. I would look more at the integrity of the chakra system, the integrity of the meridian body, more so than worry about anything with your DNA. I say this with love and respect, but I feel that DNA and the process of activating DNA has been so hyperbolically exaggerated and blown out of proportion within the starseed community that most people have absolutely no idea of what it is or how it works other than what they've heard or read in YouTube. And one thing I can tell you is that you can spend your entire life trying to activate your DNA and, ask yourself this question: how will you know when you have done so? You probably won't have any idea, because for most of us, it's a problem that goes organically as we, continue through the human journey. And so I say learn about the chakras, learn about the invisible anatomy in your body. That alone is going to harmonize DNA and just create change for you in ways that solely focusing on somebody's DNA activation kit or some weird bullshit starseed transmission, you'll get so much more out of learning how to work on your own system. So that's step 3, last one, and then I'll shut up. Step 4 is energy body cultivation. That is where we begin practicing with regularity things like yoga, things like qigong, sometimes martial arts, any path of physical body energy cultivation. That's what's going to keep that energy flowing in your life. It's almost like when you open up these pathways that allow you to perceive non-physical information, you need to give your body the bandwidth and the energetic supply with which to keep them going. That's why a lot of people do stuff like ayahuasca, which I know everyone's heard of, or like, mushrooms. It's like, and I was so psychic, I could read everyone's thoughts, feel all their emotions, for approximately 3 to 4 days after. And one of the reasons for that is because it creates massive dilation of energy centers in the body. One of the ways that you keep that going, that state that you experience after your energy body has opened up, is through cultivation. So it's a lot of work we have to do. Anyway, I could go on and on, Aaron C. I'm sorry, I grossly over-answered your question, but you definitely can. You absolutely can. And I would say, even if everything I said went in one ear and out the other, just take with you the idea that the fact that you're here asking it shows that you're already on that path. And so I will stop there.
That's amazing. I think it's amazing for Aaron. I hope that resonates with you, Aaron. And we had 2 more. Selena donated for Spider Bite and Lucid. Someone Lucid. I don't know who Lucid is. Like, Lucid. Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. So who are we?
Should we quit now? We do about 2 hours. It's up to you. What do you think?
Honestly,
We can-
dude, I
or
have
something,
time
you
for
know.
everyone. I swear to God, I have time for everyone. I just feel bad because our like audio is so weird. I'm constantly talking over you. But who is it? Who is it that we're doing a reading for?
We have a call. We have a call. Let's see who this is. I hope this isn't a prank call. Hello,
I hope
hello,
it is.
hello. You're
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Oh, Jason, what's up, man? It's Jason, Matt. That's awesome. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Not much. Strain of the day is blue lobster.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I'm about to blaze up here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, wait.
What I
Hold on.
got
Tell
here,
us a little bit about Blue Lobster. What are we looking at here? What's our terpene profile? Can you hear me?
Did you hear
Probably.
Matthew?
It's really hard. We gotta get this interface going.
I know. I gotta, Jason. Maybe you can help me hook that up. You know, like I gotta figure out what chords I need to get. I lost the chords somehow. Coley's gonna kill me because I don't know how I lost the chords. I would probably coming home on the bus and like things get, you know, I don't know. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't know. It's just but yeah. Matthew wanted to know like about the terpenes and stuff in this strain of the day.
Oh yeah, beta-carotene and limonene mostly.
That's cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And I got some here. I got some wedding cake hybrid. I got wedding cake hybrid. I got a joint of that, and I got a joint of what is it? I don't know. This one's not marked. I don't know, but yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
What's going on? Have you heard any UFO news, Jason?
I'm trying to think. Not that I think Portland's part 3 is coming out on Thursday. Looking forward to.
Where will that be on?
That's not weaponized.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's okay. Is that Lou Elizondo's podcast?
No, that's Corbell and Naps.
Oh yeah, I like George Knapp. I'm a big, you know.
I like George Knapp too.
What do you think of Knapp?
Yeah,
So many people hate on him.
Like he kind of like brought a lot out of the hearing, like more than I was expecting. Like I was like, what's he doing, like testifying? But like he had some good shit, and he like named some like gatekeepers and stuff. And
Well, yeah, you know, George Knapp was there in the old days with Bob Lazar and you know, like all the guys that used to go out to Area 51.
Oh yeah, Paul and Sass, the movie Weapons. Hell yeah, I'm so glad someone's asking about that. That's got like some crazy occult, like black magic ties to it.
Yeah,
Definitely check that out. It's
Yeah.
like got some like almost like some like MK Ultra like occult like stuff to it. Like definitely some dark magic stuff.
yeah, I agree. Yeah. But did you want a reading and like what do you have a question? Do you have a question about anything?
Yeah, let's just do a general, whatever's up.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it. Thank you, Jason. Thanks for rolling through. Whew. Honestly, I'm still
Can you
wishing
hear Matthew not Jason?
he probably can.
Not
but
really.
He's gonna have to listen to it on the recording later. I'm still thinking about Blue Dream.
Try turning the audio up on your computer.
Honestly, that's where I would probably go
Well,
back
I'm
to.
on my phone.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
It's all good. Don't worry about it. It'll be a
I
surprise
can
for you
relate.
for
I'll
later.
hear it on the replay.
Yeah, you'll hear it later. It's all good. Anyway, let's do it. We didn't have a question, right? I'm at the point of dissociation.
He said general. Yeah.
In general. Okay, good.
Yeah,
That's actually what I thought, but I was like, did I hallucinate that part? I might have. But anyway, okay, so this is gonna be for Jason. Let's all take that big collective breath in for everyone that's been hanging out here all night long as we go through this strange, windy road of professional weirdness. This is for Jason H. 3, 2, 1, and whoa, here we go. Well. We got a 5 of Pentacles, and this is another one of those cards. I think Andromedan got a 3 of Swords earlier, and we were like, oh, but not really, because it's actually a good thing. 5 of Pentacles comes into a person's life in similar moments, and I would say one of the things that you're working with right now are really opening yourself up to being able to receive things from the world in a new way. The 5 of Pentacles, let's say when you just describe the base elements of it as a momentary experience in the person's life, it's often a time in which you're going to be a lot more aware of the things that you don't have rather than the things that you do. And there's going to be times when you're going to look around at people around you and you're going to see them and you're going to notice that they get this and they get that. And maybe you'll feel yourself like, well, how come I never got that? I didn't receive that. Well, you know what I mean? Where's my version of this? Because Five of Pentacles is very aware of what it has not yet received. I mean, look at the symbolism of it. Even if you'd never seen this card before in your life, you'd probably see it and go, oh, well, it's like this homeless couple just sitting there in the snow. Nobody wants that, right? But what does it actually mean? It symbolizes the energy of lack, the mindset of lack, and the level to which many of us have often been programmed. Just like we were saying, like with the Three of Swords, by early childhood experiences or just life. It doesn't happen to have anything to do with childhood. It can just be that we've been programmed to keep ourselves unknowingly in a position in which we're not receiving everything we could. And so we could say, just as a one card reading, you're being asked to really allow yourself to receive. Every day wake up and say, I am willing to receive. Even if you don't know what it is and you feel like a stupid childish exercise, when you see people online, when you walk into scenarios, tell yourself, I'm ready to receive. There's something in this for me. I would not be pulled this way and that in this human experience for nothing. And you're not. There's something in it for you, but the Five of Pentacles oftentimes can only see what they haven't got yet, or what wasn't granted. And it's really not placing blame on anyone. It has nothing to do with anyone's blame. Like, it's nothing within that realm. It's just our mindset, because the truth is, every five that you receive in the world of tarot or multidimensional tarot is a temporary state. They're all temporary states of unbalanced energy. Five of Swords is unbalanced social energy. Five of Wands is unbalanced physical energy. Five of Pentacles is unbalanced in what it is that we're receiving, what it is that we can get. And most people see Pentacles and they think of money. And, let's just say, because I know the only experience that I recall you mentioning in the past around that was that you were looking for a job in certain places. Five of Pentacles it would make sense. Five of Pentacles might have a hard time with that. Just know that it's more about, and I know this is the shitty part, know that it's more about your perception of your own worth. So like a lot of people will create these dramatic shifts in the whole, like, I deserve better. Like, you have a right to not only say, I will receive more, I'm willing to receive, but you have a right to say, I deserve better than what I have been given, and better than what I have given myself. Those are really, really important phrases for people that have a Five of Pentacles. Because if you do it right, you'll join forces with other people in the same situation as you, and pretty soon, honestly, this stage will be gone. You'll be at another stage with its own set of issues, but that stage will be over. So anyway, I'll stop there. I hope it helps.
Did you get that, Jason? Any of it?
I'm gonna have to hear the replay. I got Pentacles.
Okay, yeah, definitely watch the replay, and do you have any final words for the audience before we move on? We have another caller, and
yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to plug Anthony and Robert Earl White's recent paranormal investigation since it's spooky season. They just dropped their second investigation this week.
I love that, dude. I love those guys. They're cool, and I love they took it back to the paranormal. That's amazing.
They're like doing the investigation with the psionic camera. Like that's something the ghosties aren't really doing.
Yeah, like when Robert Earl White does something, that dude does it like to the best of his ability. You know what I mean? He really goes all out. Like I got to give him credit. Like he really does. Like he takes everything like very seriously. Like he'll get the best equipment. Yeah. Sorry.
Certainly does. Yeah, I agree.
All right, Jason, we're going to move to the next call, but
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Jason. All right. And
All right, take care.
All right. I don't know who this is. This is going to be a surprise. Hello, well, you're live on the air.
Hey, buddy.
I knew it. I had a feeling this was who it is. You know who this is, Matthew? It's the Psychic Doc.
Wow. Okay. Okay. What's going on down on the corner?
Wolf, Skittles, My tongue is sore. So good to be here.
Good to see you, Psychic. How's it going?
So good. My tongue is sore from Red Die 40. I'm really glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. Yeah. We have a show coming up, right? Soon. I think on Monday. So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Monday at what time?
Do you have any questions, Matthew?
Yeah, can you pull a card for Friday? Let's see, when is Friday 13th?
Friday
There's no
the
Friday
13th.
13th for. Oh yeah, pull a card for Friday. What does Friday look like for the collective?
Okay, for Friday. Okay. Thank you for calling in, Psychic Duck. East of the Rockies. Yeah, let's see. What does Friday look like? What does Friday look like, everyone? Let's all take a slow breath in. Here we go. And just let it out as you please. Ladies and gentlemen of the astral realm. Ooh, that's a fun new intro. Ladies and gentlemen of the astral realm, what do we need to know about Friday? What's going on Friday? 3, 2, 1. What? Well. Looks like we got a little bit of magic actually afoot coming up this Friday. You have received the Magician. So whenever we're asking like what's happening, what's going to happen, and the Magician shows up in your path, well, first off, it is the path of mystery. It is the path of, secret, the path of discovery, the path of change and transformation. But it's all choice based, like when the Magician comes into your life, or let's say we're just looking at like what kind of a day would I have on, let's say, a Friday in which the Magician appears. You're going to be looking at that which is unseen, that which is unexpressed. You're going to be looking at the light. You're going to be looking at the dark. You're going to be looking at the ways in which you have alchemized your understanding of those things. And also, you're going to be looking at the ways in which you've changed over the past years. Because ultimately, the Magician's a lot like the Judgment card. Some people will be like, what? How? What? They're nothing like that. Tarot people will be like, no, what? They're nothing like that. But that said, they are similar. Why are they similar? Why is Magician and Judgment similar? Because they both bring about a transformation. But the transformation that it brings about is one that is choice-based versus, Judgment that'll just, force it upon you. And so you really have a choice in terms of what it is that you're becoming right now. You have a choice in how you form yourself and how you angle yourself in the world. Just be sure to understand that it's changing, that it's in a path of transformation. And honestly, don't worry if you feel like nothing's happening. This is for anyone else that needs to hear this as well. The Magician, you're not meant to see his tricks. You're not meant to see the magic that he's working in your life. If you saw all the magic, if you saw everything that was going on behind the scenes, it would kill the fun of the experience. It would kill the path of mystery. And ultimately, the Magician is the path of mystery and discovery and becoming and transformation. And to me, it's a beautiful card to have. Just be aware of the dark, be aware of the light. And I don't know, if this was a Friday energy for me, I would say it's pretty cool. You'll probably feel a lot of emotions. You might feel some fear as well in the midst of all that, but it's honestly, it's a good thing. So to me, I would say, yeah, that'll be a good day. I'll leave
That's
it there.
awesome. Did you hear that stuff? Were you able to?
Yeah, I was able to hear it. That's really cool. And I wish we could all go to Kayla for someday, guys. We can all levitate and stuff.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, thanks for calling in, Psychic Duck. And I guess, do you have any final words for the audience?
Everybody, peace out. Quack.
All right, we'll see you soon. And yeah, guys, we have a show with the Psychic Duck coming up. What day is today? Tuesday, next Monday. So Monday, it'll be Monday, is Psychic Duck Day. So yeah, that'll be a great show. And then the Blind Psychonaut was in the audience. He wanted to know the number. It's 573-877-7637 if you want to call in, dude. Like, you can, I know that dude's been asking me if I want to do a show. I told him I would. I'm not good with answering emails or DMs. Like I've been like this depressed state kind of lately, where like I do shows, but then I don't do much of other. You know, I'm not good with answering emails or DMs or texts.
Okay, man.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just like.
You're online all day.
Do you ever get like that?
Well, people that know me know I've been like that for years. We have created this false expectation in our so-called modern world that says the world must have constant access to you. And I believe that's a major fallacy. The world does not deserve constant access to you. There is no unwritten law that says you have to reply to every single email and every single question. I think those of us that kind of do sort of public things like you with your show and the work that I do, you're going to get a lot more than other people. And at times it's overwhelming. And I think that we have a right to just be like, look, I probably won't look at that for a while. And some people will say, you know, oh, well, that's kind of rude, or that's this, or that's that. You could look at it a number of ways. I think that, you know, it's good to allow yourself to go through those stages. And there's been times where I've gone months without looking at my email. And, you know, of course I still see people, you know what I mean? But, and that's you know, really oftentimes no reason other than the fact that you get overwhelmed. You know what I mean? I imagine it's probably worse for other people out there, you know what I mean, that have like a real following, and you know what I mean, for, you know, and then I think a lot of people thrive on that. Like narcissists thrive on that energy. They want 500 people emailing them from their live stream and asking for stuff. I think for, you know, for other people, you know, we do what we can. At least I do. I mean, I get so many emails every single week from people. Maybe I shouldn't say this. So many emails every single week from people, more than I should admit, more than I will admit. And Honora sees a lot of them as well. And you will just know the ones that you are meant to respond to. There's a lot of people that will tend to write to me and they'll tell me their entire life story in a 5,000 word essay. And here's the thing, it may be an absolutely beautiful and captivating life story, but then there's this expectation that now that I've told you my life story, you must respond and engage with me. And I think that's kind of where the fallacy comes in, is like we're really not required to. And in many cases, I don't believe that there's any real need to. You know what I mean? So I just kind of took your comment and ran with it, but I totally get it, man. Don't feel bad about not answering stuff.
You know? It makes me feel better. We got a call. Here we go. I'll take this. Maybe this will be one of our last calls. Like, you're live on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
It's Shane or Blind Psychonaut.
Oh, hi. Nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
Good. So yeah, Selena donated for you to get a reading. So yeah, but let me ask you: are you completely blind? Like, or is that?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You're actually blind.
Lost my eyesight in beginning of 2021, following a 30-day DKA, which is a diabetic ketoacidosis coma for 30 days. So after that, I went blind.
Oh my God, that's horrible. I mean, how do you manage? Like, how do you get stuff done and stuff?
I just do it, you know, like, I live on my own. I have my own apartment, and a lot of it's like memory now, like keeping things in the same place, memorizing, you know, just kind of just doing it. I know from looking on the outside, it's like, how do you do that? But like, with me, it's just, I'm just doing it, going through it, if that makes any sense. So,
yeah,
you know, like as you, like you would do your normal thing, that's the same as me, but there's certain things I need help with, which I do get help when I ask for it.
Do you have like people that come in and help you and stuff like that? Like, do you have like caretakers or something like that, or how does that work?
I don't have. Well, I'm like my father. He like he'll take me grocery shopping.
Yeah.
But I mean, I keep my apartment clean. I cook for myself, and like not just like microwave food. I actually cook. And I actually, before I lost my eyesight, I was going to get a food truck. And so like, I know how to cook. So a lot of it is like muscle memory.
Wow.
So
Well,
and I'm just trucking it out.
Wow.
wow. Dude, I get a big shout out to you, man. Like, I was just
Real.
saying, I don't know if you heard, I haven't been good with like my direct messages or emails. Like, I've been meaning to get back to you, but like, I haven't answered anybody. So like, like but we can definitely do a show soon. Like, I'd love to have you on. Let me ask you this, like, before you do how did you get into all the esoteric stuff or like paranormal and like, and like awakening? Like, what happened with that?
Well, I always like growing up, because I'm 38, I was like a big Art Bell fan. I think a lot of people, especially listening to you and in this realm, are fans of his. But I wasn't really big into it until I lost my eyesight, when I literally spontaneously began to like lucid dream and have like in my coma, let me go a little further back. In my coma, I died twice, and I had 2 near-death experiences. And throughout the coma, I actually dreamt, and didn't know it at the time, but I was like lucid dreaming, which I figured out later, which made me wonder, like, well, I'm supposed to be like in this coma and like completely out, but yet I'm experiencing all this crazy stuff. So I looked into it deeper with like near death and lucid dreaming, astral projection, and like consciousness. And that's what really kickstarted me off. And then when I lost my eyesight, like literally one night, because I don't see, like, okay, I see limited light perception, and it's like, say, so if someone's standing in front of like a bright light, I can kind of see like their outline, if that makes sense, but it's like shadow, but it's all black and white. And one night I started seeing, like, the best way to describe it is when you were a kid, I don't know if you remember those kaleidoscopes, like you would turn it and see like the geometric shapes and colors.
Yeah.
Did you ever mess with one of those?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I woke up, but I had my eyes closed, and all of a sudden I started seeing like flashes of like vivid red, green, blue. And at that time I haven't seen color in like a year. So I was like, holy crap. Like, it was beautiful, but mesmerizing. And so I just concentrated on like what I was seeing. And then all of a sudden, like, I felt my body go limp, and I was like, I was in a dream, but fully conscious. And ever since then, like, I really worked at it towards being able to lucid dream and astral project as much as I can. And then I reached out to, I know you've had him on your show, Preston Dennett.
Yeah.
And he took, I guess, a liking to my story, and we talk quite often, and he taught me a lot about astral projection and some of the lucid dreaming. And also I reached out to Robert Wagner, and he did the same, and he taught me a lot about lucid dreaming, and that's really what caught me, those two, like, kind of mentoring me, like, one-on-one.
Are you able to go out of body?
Yes.
Wow.
Quite often. And when I lucid dream, like, I call it my cheat code, because I'll fall asleep and then wake up after like several hours, and then kind of like the wake back to bed type technique, and then I'll be like in a dream and then wake up out of it. And it's just kind of hard to explain, but if I'm laying in bed and like I wake up out of a dream, I can see the dream like fade away as I'm conscious. And so, like, in my field of vision, I kind of see like these colors floating around. And if I concentrate on that, I can literally slip right back into a lucid dream, if that makes sense. So like, I'll fall out of a dream, wake up. In my field of vision, I can kind of see like these floating colors, which is the remnants of that previous dream I just had. And I just concentrate on that, like on those colors. And I don't know why, but it just like switches me right into like lucidity, or if I concentrate, I can go out of body. Hopefully that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's yeah. Sorry, I'll let you go, Matthew.
Oh no, it's all good. I was just saying it definitely makes sense. Did you want us to do a reading for you? Did you have any questions on that? I mean, I definitely have a comment I can make there, but I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I've never had a reading, but just kind of whatever the cards want to say, I guess, if that, you know.
We shall pull a card for you right now. Okay. And I also want to say this, like, I really deeply admire your courage and willingness to keep going after such things. I realize I'm wearing dark glasses, but I'm not blind. I'm just wearing them because I can see the screen better. But that said, I mean, I have a deep respect. There was a time in the early 2000s where I worked for a professor from this university that was blind, and I literally, that was the job that I did for a while. I mean, he rest in peace. He taught me a lot about just what people that have lost sight have to go through, because you help them with their stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, I see. You're really good at like maintaining all these things, and then there's these areas where, you know what I mean. You'll know exactly what those are in your life as well. And it was just, I really admire like the courage that people have to keep going. And then I would also say, the amazing part about having to endure such a catastrophic loss of senses on this planet, I guess the good part about it, if you want to go that route, which I would hope that you will, because you kind of already are with the astral travel, is that you will have developed the instantaneous open door. It's like there's this filter that we have for some people in the back of the head, for some people it's in the crown, it's usually in the upper head region, where this opening kind of develops. For some people, it can also be done at the solar plexus or even the navel if you want to get super technical. But it's almost like this opening develops within the body over time, and it remains open. And just like you were saying, you'll go into a dream and you'll find the colors of it. People that do similar work have similar experiences, probably not anywhere to the detail that you've had them, but I too also witness my dreams throughout the day, where I'll just be doing stuff and I'll be talking, like say with Honora, and I'm like, whoa, I can feel my dream from last night. And it's like, I can literally feel it coming back toward me at some point during the day. And I'm like, whoa, okay, I might not even know what it is, but that's a real thing. What you're describing are states of movement in and out of the body, and the sort of gateway experiences that we go through within that. And they are absolutely literally real. And so I guess one of the good signs is that you have been given a very, very open door into that side of the experience, which will also mean that you are incredibly psychic. It will also mean that you have a much more advanced ability to use telepathic communication. It will mean that you have the real life ability, as you develop it, to use echolocation, as animals or bats do. It's like all those, it's like this whole other spectrum of ability opens up. And it's easy for me to talk about, having not experienced it. Clearly, you're the one going through it, but I give major respect for that, because that's a very advanced path in this life. That's honestly, you guys, for those of you guys that are listening, that is super advanced soul path. It's like you came into this world and they're like, and at some point, we're going to take this away from you. And here we go. Now you have to, navigate the rest of it. Anyway, I know I'm ranting at you. Let me just pull you a card here. For those of you assisting with this gentleman, I'm sorry I didn't get your name. I apologize. We're just going to say
His
what
name's Shane.
Shane. Okay, cool. Thanks, Shane. For those of you working with Shane, we're just looking for anything that needs to be seen or acknowledged or heard or received at this stage of the human journey. We ask for this in a way that's simple and easy to understand for those of us in physical bodies. Whoa, what? Oh my God. Aurora Diamondheart and Selena are in the chat. They know tarot. I know there's a lot of other people in here that know tarot too, and you're going to be like, what? And for Shane as well, you have received the High Priestess. My God, if there was ever a confirmation of everything you just said in terms of your abilities to leave the body, to lucid dream, to astral project, if there was ever a confirmation of what I just said, and that, well, yeah, you got telepathy and you have this whole other suite of skills and abilities that opens up when one of those senses is taken away. If there was ever a confirmation of that in this world, well, here it is. It's the high priestess. The high priestess is the number one most psychic and intuitive being in the entire world of multidimensional tarot. Her literal path, her duty in this life is to initiate you, to bring you through rites and paths and experiences of initiation. And they're going to be for certain people, they could be wild initiations in which you get brought into a new level of consciousness, a new level of duty. The high priestess she'll put you in a quandary, in a difficulty in your life, and watch you navigate out of it with no one to help you and nothing to get you out other than your own intuition. And so when she shows up, she's saying that you need to trust the information that you perceive within your mind's eye, the psychic, or what many people in certain communities now call psionic, which is a fun one. But the psionic data that you get from your third eye. I'm sorry, psionic sounds so dumb to me. Can I say that? Sorry to divert from your reading. I hear everyone doing psionics. I'm like, dude, it's been psychic. It's always been psychic. You know what I mean? Anyway, you have been given the natural opening into that path in your life. So I would say continue to develop your intuitive abilities. Lean into them, dilate your chakras, continue to work with these areas. You are a highly intuitive being, and I honor your courage in this life. This is a cool character to get. It's a really good one. Anyway, I'll stop there. I realize we're going on and on. It's nearly 2.5 hours. I hope it helps, sir.
Yeah. Did you hear that, Shane? Were you able to get all that?
Probably not.
About 80% of it.
You might have to go back and listen to it again. Yeah, but thank you so much, man. I hope that resonated. Yeah. And we'll be getting a hold of you. I'll be getting a hold of you to do a show. And
well, thank you, and I'm going to listen back to it so I can get it in clearer audio.
You may need to listen to it a couple times, like for it all to sink in. You know what I mean? Like, since it's your first psychic reading ever, you might want to listen to it a couple times and let it sink in. You know what I mean? Yeah. And thanks, Shane. And I'll be getting a hold of you soon. And thanks.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Right.
Yeah, for real. Thank you for calling.
I mean, this was a good. Yeah, I didn't realize.
Oh no, it's all good.
We've been going a long time.
Do we have one? Do we have one more? Was there a last person that you want to do, or maybe it will be for you? Maybe it'll be.
We did. We had. I didn't know if you wanted to do one.
Oh, I don't mind. Honestly, I don't mind at all. Yeah. Sorry, it looks like you're breaking up again.
Spider Bite wanted, or Selena donated for Spider Bite, I guess.
Okay,
but I don't know if she has a question or maybe just do a regular.
Yeah. We can do a
I put her thing
Spider
up. It didn't.
Yeah. Oh no, I see it here. I'd like to look at
Spider Bite's another Australian.
Oh, really? You know what? Let me just say this really quick. So many people from Australia have been coming through. I used to say this a few years ago, and it remains true to this very day. The second most common country people book with me from is Australia somehow. It has been that way for years now. It's like US people, then Australia in second. In third place is like UK and Europe. But it's just because I always notice, you know what I mean? Like you'll notice where people come from. Sometimes I ask, but anyway. This was for, who was it? Spider Bite? Is that who it's for?
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry, my computer's up.
It's all good. Take your time. We got a hell of a delay. We're gonna do a reading for Spider Bite in the meantime while Rob. Maybe it'll straighten itself out. Anyway, this is for Spider Bite. I said in the comments, just take a look at their situation. vibes, because I get paranoid sometimes. It's okay. I feel you, man. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not after you. Sorry. Anyway, here we go. For spider bite. For those of you guiding spider bite in this current incarnation, we're just looking for anything that needs to be acknowledged about her. It's a her, right? Sorry. I didn't mean to assume your gender. You know what a mistake that is in this day and age. Oh my lord. I'll get canceled. Anyway.
That's hilarious.
I'll get shot in the neck next thing you know. Anyway, here we go. Spider
Yeah,
bite.
really.
This is for you. 3, 2, 1, and what? Look at this guy. Well. Look who rolled in the door. It's the Knight of Swords. There's going to be somebody out there watching this show who knows about a Knight of Swords. Maybe even you, Spider-Mite. Maybe you know about him. It's okay if you don't. I'll explain. Knight of Swords comes into your life, and this is, love him or hate him, I'm just going to be real with you. I'm sorry. I'm going to rip the Band-Aid off. This is the most intense guy in the entire world of tarot. That's Knight of Swords. He is so intense. He could be amazingly, blissfully intense. He could be violently intense. He could be angrily intense. He could be, intensely focused. He's just intense energy. And when he comes into your life and you're wondering, what do I need to know about my current situation? Well, if you were wondering what to look out for, it would be in not allowing yourself to get caught up in waves of indeterminate intensity, to get tossed and turned by waves of extreme emotion. You might not let yourself get caught up in that. Or in some situations, you might allow yourself to fully express the intensity that is within you. Knight of Swords could go either way. And sometimes I've just noticed over the years, it's a thing where I'll mention that because I get a lot of people every now and then that will find this energy in their readings. And he's not always the best guy to have. I mean, he could be. If you want to get something done, if you want to wield the sword of truth, if you want to I'll just be real, if you want to rip somebody's head off with your words and the way you're talking to them, Knight of Swords is your guy. He'll straighten shit out. Let me tell you what, he will definitely. He's also maybe more likely to raise his voice than other people. We're not assigning you those traits. We're just giving you pieces of his energy so you can see the experiences and moments in the days to come or what you have endured that mirror that. Just know that when he comes in, he brings intense moments. He doesn't stay long, you guys. All the knights in the world of tarot, these are temporary states. Their energies in motion. They come and they go. They almost always come back to us, but the knights are temporary. They don't stay forever. They're meant to be a process. So when you say my current situation, how's it going to go? Well, it might be kind of intense, but don't get thrown off by that because you have an ability to turn it from catastrophic intensity into blissful intensity. It's just you really have to be very deliberate about how you wield your sword. What are your swords in this life? They're your words, the way you communicate, your body language, the look on your face, the clothes that you wear, the vibe, you know what I mean? Swords are your aura points, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, you have a lot of intensity there right now. I'd say use it wisely. I'll stop there. Boom.
Well, that was amazing, man. I can't believe we went over 2.5 hours. I did 3 hours last night, and then, it's like, but I love it. I love it. I love doing this, I really do.
One day I pray.
Well, thank you to everybody who called in.
I'm sorry. You're going to have me. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was just saying one day this is all going to pay off. You're going to have it's going to be so different. Honestly, I really feel like you're at the stage where the best thing you can do is continue to keep showing up and keep doing it. And it's like, if you're not exhausted by this work at times, it's like we all are, man. I feel you. I think everybody feels you, but it's like you're so good at giving everybody a place to show up to. You know what I mean? You are one of the most consistent and hardworking people in this community, in the podcast world. I mean, there are other podcasts rolling around right now with thousands and billion subscribers, and they cannot touch the amount of the body of work that you have, created and maintained in the time that you've been around. So it's like, I get it, man. At times, you know what I mean? It's hard. And anyway, thanks for giving everybody a place to hang out and for letting me come and ramble at you for 2.5 hours. So
Yeah, dude, that means a lot. Thank you. You know, like it's great to get. It's, you know, that means a lot coming from you. So I appreciate it. You know, like it does. Like it's like, you know, it's I think it's gonna work. You know, I think things are gonna start, you know, changing. I hope. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, you know, we'll see. But yeah. But do you want to? And do you want any final? Any final words or anything you want to promote? And thanks, man. This was awesome.
Yes, really quickly, before we go, I will say this formally. Everyone, have fun and enjoy yourself theorizing about 3i Atlas. It's literally what it's there for us to do, to have fun with, to observe, and to just allow our minds and imaginations to run wild with the many infinite possibilities that are still available to us in this life. Don't allow yourself to get too caught up in the waves of division and, you know, psychoanalyzing and all the anxiety that the big influencers are peddling. The people that watch this show, the real people, the regular people, you guys are so much more tuned in than all those people on the stage or on the screen. You guys know what's going on, so believe in yourselves, stay real. You can always find me at rememberyourmission.com, and yeah, I'm sure we'll be back in another month or so. You know, we will do this all over again. You can also subscribe to our channel over at Remember Your Mission on YouTube. I think I'm probably going to do a live in the next day or two just because I, you know, feel like it's time. So you might find this live over there. We'll do some more readings. But anyway, there we go. We passed the 2 hours and 30 minutes mark. Thanks, Rob. I love you. This is our longest show ever.
Love you too, man. Like I have a real problem with my computer, guys. So I was gonna say, if you guys want to support the thank you to anybody who donated. If you want to support the podcast, I desperately need a new computer. I can't even end the stream from my computer. I have to end the stream from my phone because StreamYard is so stuck.
Rob, hold on a second. You know? I know for a fact. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do this at the end of your show. There are people watching this show right now who will see this in the coming days. And it's nothing for some people to be like, hey, bro, let me throw you $100 toward a computer. Let me give you $20. There's people out there who can drop on a brand new computer for you right now. And I pray that we can attract one of those people into your timeline so that you can get better technology. Because honestly, like, you deserve it, dude. Like, you really, really do. And so whoever those people are, we welcome you into this community. We're going to get this guy some new technology in the months that are to come. And so anyway, we'll leave it there.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and guys, don't forget, sign up for Matthew's Patreon. You didn't tell him about your Patreon. Blue Flame Collective on Patreon. They do readings twice a month. And, you know, it's amazing. Usually everybody gets a reading, right? Isn't that what it is?
Everybody. That's the whole point. Everyone gets a reading. Sometimes it goes for a long time. But yeah, you guys can find us. We're there twice a month, every month. It's Remember Your Mission across the board. You could even go to Patreon and search for Remember Your Mission. We'll show up there as well. But anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight.
All right, thanks everyone, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I have early shows. So tomorrow I have Frank Chili, who's a friend of Andrea Martin's. You know, Andrea Martin from Growing Up Aliens. So that'll be at 1 p.m. Eastern. And then at 4 p.m. Eastern, I have Pink Bella coming on. So that's the schedule for tomorrow. Nothing at night. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a good night, everyone. Take care. And